What's up, motherfuckers? It's your boy, Comics on the Edge. Welcome back to the low grades. Yo, what is up, everyone? Thank you for joining us again on another edition of the low grades. Today's our 200th episode. Asterisk.
200-ish. Just like we started on time at 7 p.m.-ish.
Yeah, for sure, man. Still got to get around to figuring out those numbers, but we made it, guys.
In our
We
defense,
fucking made it.
none of us have 200 fingers and toes.
It's hard to count that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but never did I mean, I jumped on episode 6, and it's like, this is crazy to me just to think about it. The amount of shows we've done previously, I mean, just the amount of fun, the amount of friends we've had jump in and out of here. It's just it's awesome. I love it. Yeah, I mean, hopefully we could get that 300 under our belt.
I'm just scheduling stuff for my 200th on my flagship show, and it was like going back and look at things that you think of was like just recently, and you go back, you look at the episode counts, and you realize, wow, that was like 3 years ago. No way.
Yeah. So I actually went back and watched the very first episode of the low grades. So I wasn't on there. It was
So it's crap.
I feel like it was kind of an idea, and it was on actual Dracula's channel. He's the one that introduced everybody. When I say everybody, I'm saying our boy Ross and our boy J2, man. They came up with this idea, and it was like, just them two. And that obviously, if you're gonna have Drac,
shout out to
Adrian, man. If you're gonna have him introduce you guys, then I mean, already know it's gonna be good. So he introduced them, and they went on for, I believe, like couple, maybe even like 3 hours. They were just having so much fun, and it was it's interesting. Well, just the video quality and just like how young everyone looks, like J2. I mean, he still looks like a boy, like he's got that baby face going on. Ross looks, I mean, compared to now, like now he looks so much older. Like, he's got facial hair. I mean,
does he have kids?
Time has taken a toll on that guy, man.
Does he
it's
have kids?
Insane. Huh?
Does he have kids?
No, he doesn't.
Wow.
That's the worst part is, imagine him actually he is pregnant, dude. That's crazy.
Wow, that's impressive. Science is amazing sometimes.
He just got pregnant right now. Like,
wow.
We made that happen.
Manifesting it.
Yeah. But congratulations to him and his wife Brittany.
Yes.
They're gonna be great parents. I already know that. So but you gotta look out, Ross, man, because that time is gonna be like your facial features are just gonna wither away, man.
Wait, I don't know James in 3 more years.
I know, yeah. I mean, look, James, for example, man. I know James for a long time, and time has not been good to him.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah.
3 more years with all those kids. Oh,
I know. You're done, right, James?
Yes, I am done. Yes, we are done. Yes.
Oh, thank you for adding the we, because you said I'm done. Oh, well, so she's not. Interesting.
Yeah. So when are we gonna cut this your fallopian tube so it doesn't happen again?
Whenever I stop being lazy and schedule it, and
Your dad says 3 more years, 2 more kids.
I don't think you really want it, to be honest, James. You know, you were like pretty gun ho about getting your vasectomy, and it just hasn't happened. I feel like a
mean,
little bit of fear has
no one.
settled in.
That should surprise no one. That's basically how I am. You know, procrastinate everything, and
Yeah.
so yeah, it is. That's in typical me fashion to not
You're gonna
have.
wait until you have the next pregnancy scare.
Yeah,
before you do
until
it?
it's too late.
Does your wife ever bug you about getting the fixed, neutered or
I
whatever?
wouldn't say bug me. She's definitely mentioned it.
Yeah.
Mentioned, when you say you're going to do it, are you really not?
You
Because
know
to her, if
why?
I haven't done it yet, then it means I'm not that serious about not having
Yeah.
another. And
Yeah.
I
You know
am.
why? Because she wants that cream pie. Hey, Andres, just cover your, cover your ears, man. Your
Earmuffs.
eyes, whatever.
Earmuffs.
Yeah. Bust all up in there, James. Come on, man.
Reverse earmuffs.
Uh,
Oh, shit.
you might have another kid, dude.
No.
The way things are going,
No.
raw dogging it too much, man. You're gonna get too comfortable, and then it only takes one, dude. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know if you paid attention in sex ed, but that's all it takes, man.
Yes. That's how I became a pro. That's how I became a pro at making them. I was an A student in that. I was.
A little droplet of that stuff has millions and millions
I
of
know.
little James Jr. So
And it's potent.
we should start taking this seriously, though, dude. I mean, I would hate to.
Welcome to show
call in-
200,
call
ladies
in-
and gentlemen.
You gonna call and
Where we're
schedule it
talking
for
about
me?
James and his magic sperm.
Call and schedule it for me. See if they
What's your
take
doctor's
it.
phone number?
Can we do it live on the
Oh,
can we
yeah.
live stream that?
Streaming.
Just your face, though. Just hold the camera
Yeah,
up
no.
to your
Well,
face.
we don't want to be below the belt. We just want to get the above the belt interview you while Robert can interview you
Right.
while you're having it done. And we can just get that live reaction of how it feels play by play.
Yeah.
That'd be
That would
great.
be some content.
Rob,
right
you
there.
you know the whole interview would be like, do you feel the needle yet? Do you feel it now? Is the needle in yet?
No, hey James, that's a really fucking big knife.
Those scissors are gonna do the job
Hey
perfectly.
Doc, is that thing supposed to be rusty? Where'd you get that from? An old insane asylum? What?
Oh man.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
would
it's done while
imagine
you're
also
awake. Yeah,
that
see?
James would probably pass out after it's done. Honestly,
That also tracks. Yeah.
his pain
That's
tolerance is
After
fucking
is fine.
zero.
The interview will be done by then. The interview while it's going on, he'll still be
Right,
awake. That's
right.
great.
As long
That's
as
all
you
we need.
interview me well enough and keep me distracted, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
After he falls asleep, then what you do, then you can do the post-show interview where you interview the doctor and the nurses, and you ask them, "Hey, have you ever seen something that small before?" Really, honestly,
This guy's got an innie.
would you describe it as a Vienna sausage, a Italian sausage, a bratwurst, or a Frankenweenie?
Make sure to mute when they're like, "So you're getting your tubes tied? Is that what we're doing here?"
Oh shit, dude. Did you ever think while you're running late to the show today that we'd be talking about your fucking scrotum being cut
No.
open?
No, but you know what? That is the low grades for you, right? You never know what you're gonna get here, and that has been something that has been consistent throughout. I couldn't tell you what episode I began on, but I was good friends with all three, you and Ross and J2, and I guess I would watch every once in a while. I say this all the time. I'm not a big YouTube watcher of content, and so I would tune in
A
every
big producer either, but
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Our co-host.
And but then I started tuning in more, and I kind of just started jumping on whenever I could, and it became a lot of fun. And then after a while of consistently jumping on, I guess the three amigos had some talks and decided that, if I was able to do it consistently enough to join, then I could become a part of it. At the time, I was in a different career. I was working Fridays. I would have about an hour drive home, so it wasn't in my favor to be here. But I started making it a.
He was a male stripper at the club, by the way.
I,
Friday nights were the best night because the ladies got out of the sorority hall and they all wanted to party and get drunk. And James was there working the pole.
What goes down in Lodi, man, in Lodi, California is,
What goes down in Lodi is everyone.
Yeah. And so, yeah. And then I will never forget that Ross, there was this big thing where Ross was going to do a big thing about inviting me to join the low grades. And he was going to call me and do this big, like, welcome or all this kind of stuff. He was going to make a big deal about it. He was very excited.
You're still waiting, aren't you?
He texted me. I think he called me or he texted me, and I was at work, so I don't answer, and I don't get back to him for like a few hours till I'm on lunch, and I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, basically along the lines of, I don't fucking have the energy to do it anymore, so I'm just gonna be like, do you just want to join? So because I didn't answer, I took all the fun out of this big announcement that he had planned. And by the time I got back to him, he was just like, I don't fucking care anymore. Do you want on? And so I ruined my own introduction, I guess. And but yeah, so
he didn't care about the special invite to you, or he didn't care about the show anymore and was just looking to tap out.
No, the invite to me. He was, I don't have the energy to make it this fun. Do you want to be a part of the low grades? And, he was just like, whatever. It's done. You ruined it. You didn't answer. You ruined it. You ruined the moment. And I was like, all right. So
you gave him 2 beats to think about it and realized, wow, that's going to sound really dorky.
Maybe, yeah. We fucked up, guys. We fucked up. And, so yeah. So
he came down off his high.
Well, I do remember bringing your name to the table because I felt like we probably should have added another person because people were kind of like going in and out, and some days there'd be like 2 people, and it was just like odd. It was weird. So I was just like, maybe a 4th person would compensate for that. And I brought up your name, and then we actually voted on it. Ironically enough, I voted against you, and you're still here.
Wow.
And you're the only one left, pretty much. So the irony,
I mean, Robert votes against you every week too in the post-show poll. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's been a great time, and so yeah, I mean, to think that was. I guess I never really thought about how long it's been, but then I start to do the math of, okay, well, I've been at this new place for this long, so that means it was before that, and I'm like, damn, yeah, it has been quite some time, but it's been a hell of a time.
Did you jump in when Ross was his hashtag went viral? Do you remember what the hashtag was?
Which one, Chunky Cum or
Eat Your Own Cum? Taste Your Own Cum? Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, it went viral, man. It was all the rage at the time.
Yeah.
And
there's been a lot of good moments. Today's National Donut Day. There was the day where I introduced everyone to the maple chocolate bar sandwich, and we all took our turns posting that.
The international sign of the donut.
It's been great. So yeah, and life happens, and life sometimes people have other priorities that they got to take care of, and so things have changed here, but those are we never forget where this whole thing started, and those are our brothers, and they are always welcome. Again, I will say, I'm pretty sure I did this again last week, but just to make sure that you guys follow J2 on all his socials. He even dropped a YouTube video today of an unboxing of a movie. So shout out to our boy. He's definitely trying to do some big things there, and that's
he's very good at what he's doing right now.
yeah. He's
I mean, he
killing
makes
it
it
on
look so easy. But he did release like I guess like a blooper reel, right? And then he
Yeah,
just kind of
yeah.
scratched it and said, "I'm gonna try this again tomorrow."
Yeah. Yes. After a long day of work, sometimes that brain is fried, and you'd like, yeah, maybe I should not make content right now. But yeah, no, it's good to see him do it because I some people are just capable of making good content, and
Thank you.
or they just have this creativity to them. Because I've told him this, but like I remember the moment that we were both like, oh, we should start posting like more like sneakers, right? And
shorts.
this motherfucker just was like, oh, I got a new iPhone at the time, and he just drops this first reel, never having done anything. And I think he even asked me a question like, how do I do this or whatever? And next thing you know, he just drops this fire ass reel of like the angles and and I'm like, okay, dude, it's your first fucking time, and this is already a killer reel. Like, you definitely have that. He knows how to do it. He knows how to, when he's really passionate about it and he gets really into it, he can make some really good stuff. And
Yeah.
I realized in that moment that I don't have that ability to make
That
that
drive.
After going to school, he's better than you.
cool stuff.
I mean,
So yeah, shout out.
Maybe you should have learned under him instead of a university.
For reals, dude. Yeah. But so yeah, shout out him, and yeah, shout out Ross and Brittany and their the announcement of their baby. That is awesome. So happy for them. And yeah, so yeah, here we are at 200, and we'll have a good ass time.
Yeah, I just want to, because I also watched another video, which was the very first episode that they did on their own without Dracula, and that was an amazing time. At the time, StreamYard was only like less than $100 a year.
Oh, the good old days.
Yeah, exactly. And then so they did this big old thing where they just invited a ton of people, a shitload. You had, and everyone came together inside. No,
Wow.
Yeah, they just came together and supported.
That's why they got to taste your own.
Yeah, yeah. And they supported the low grades, man. And I was on that show. You had people like the Comic Kingpins. They were just getting started as well. And so you got like Hyper Combo and all those other guys, the group. Denhead was there. Sith Lordly was there. Guy Forge was there. I remember I had never really like talked to him before, but we just like clicked like that, man. It was so fun to be on that panel, and there was so many people waiting backstage, waiting to get on, because they had already like maxed out their limit, and with that, the bandwidth and everything that J2 was trying to run just kind of
Back then on the 56K modem.
Yeah, man, it was rough, man, because he kept getting booted and stuff, and coming back on and then getting booted, and nobody really knew what was going on, and but it was perfect low grade events happening. So it was a great those shows. I think they ran for like 4 hours. It was a lot. It was before you were born, Rob. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wait, that's not possible. We didn't have computers.
Yeah.
They're doing their thing with semaphore back then.
Yeah. But we've also had
Robert,
great
what the fuck semaphore, you dumbass.
we've had great guests like Pressable Defects. some of my favorite episodes was definitely having Lords of the Long Box on, man. TiVo was just fucking like amazing. He was such a ray of sunshine, man, and he loved being on our show because he could say and do whatever the fuck he wanted because he didn't have to worry about losing sponsors. And him and J2 are really good friends, and I know the only reason why we got TiVo on is because of J2, man. J2 had the hookups to everybody, man. You know, we got the butcher on. I was able to get or I'm pretty sure it was me, or maybe it was J2, I don't know. But a guy I had been following for years, Keep It Thorough, man. That guy, I learned a lot from that guy when it comes to comic books. And to have him jump on our show was just like like a dream come true, man. Like I didn't, you know, we knew each other in his chat on his channel. And man, he just did us a solid and just jumped on one day and it was fucking fun. Phenomenal. You know, then we get like fucking people like Rob's Fat Stacks, dude. Like he's too highfalutin for
You're
us.
fucking slumming bringing me on, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
And you know,
I'm like a bottom. I'm like a barnacle on the bottom of your ship. I fucking got on one day and I don't let go.
he keeps hacking us every week to get the StreamYard code to get in. I don't know how to stop it. And then you know we get new people like, you know, I remember when we got Wes on there. We got Uncanny Swag, his very first time jumping on anything live, and you could just see how much fun he was having. Phil's Treehouse, of course. I mean, just countless names. And we got people like Sabrina too, which she's not here right now. I don't know what the fuck is happening.
She messaged and said that she had to pick up Antonio.
Oh, she used that excuse last week though, man. Come on. You need to make up some new excuses here. But anyways, all that aside, I'm here with my boy Rob's Fat Stacks. What's up, man? How you doing today?
Oh, I'm just glad it's the freaking weekend, man. It has been an awful week just drinking from the fire hose so much you just can't handle it all. Just like that. Exactly. I hope you got your screenshot because that's it.
Yeah.
But on the upside, I've been putting in the work to dethrone James as the Glizzy King because he's a weak ass pansy who can't handle his wiener.
Yeah, man. I think at this point he's just giving you the throne, right? Like he's not even trying any. Are you trying it anymore, James?
I don't. Okay, I'm gonna quote Lil Wayne here and say, "Real G's move in silence like lasagna," and I do not post my glizzies. I will give credit where it's due. That's never.
I don't even know posting them all. That's the crazy part.
And Rob has been absolutely killing it. I cannot deny that this man is on a tear, and so is his asshole right now.
I have found my favorite right now. My wife, she's gotten me the Nathan's Colossal Franks, and I found that I can put those in the air fryer on roast for 5 minutes, and they come out perfectly, just like browned. And then throw the buns on a paper towel with a little bit of water on the paper towel to steam them in the microwave for 30 seconds. Because you got to lube the bun in order to accept a wiener that
get down
size.
your throat. Yeah.
Well, to get into the bun without tearing the bun apart. If you try to slip a wiener that's that big inside the buns, and they're in a dry buns, man, you're just gonna tear that up.
You're just oozing passion right now, Rob. It's I think after the show today, if they're still open, I'll take a trip to Wiener Schnitzel, man. But I'm also here with my homie, long-term homie, what's your name again? Comic Raider? James, the Comic Raider. What's up, man? How you doing today?
It's the Comic Crater.
Yeah, glad to be here. I had a good week. I have been very, very busy organizing this room behind me. I know that, the wall looks empty, but I will say that at least for today, that's intentional. My boy, Rude Blunt, shout out to Rude Blunt. He said, I posted a thing in my story about how I had cleaned and organized my room and that the wall was empty and it was time for a fresh start and yada, 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 what I was going to do next. And he said to do a Hellboy wall. And I said, okay, I could do that. And so this is my Hellboy wall with all of my
I was just gonna
Hellboy
say, can
comics.
you do it? Because
It's,
I don't know if you own Hellboy books.
single one. So this is the Hellboy wall. It's in all of its glory.
Isn't Spawn just Hellboy?
Oh, how dare you? And so yeah, I thought about it. I was like, I mean, even like, to be honest, and this is, I already know, don't come for me, don't kill me. Like, Mignola has some cool covers, but I am not a huge Mignola fan. So I don't collect like all these Mignola covers and everything. I have, maybe, if I had to guess, somewhere between 5 and 10, because he's done some Detective Comics and some Batman books. So whatever those ones are, I have. But like, even then, like, I couldn't even do like a row of Mignola. Like, I don't, and I don't own a single Hellboy book. I don't even know if I have a book with Hellboy in it at all.
That's fair.
I just, it's not something that I've ever collected, really.
It's a niche character, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't either. I say you should do a Kirby wall. Make it the Kirby cave.
Oh gosh, man.
Nah, you can't do that either.
I probably could. Don't you? I got my old Marvel, my Spider-Man, my Daredevil. I mean,
why don't you tribute your dad and do Superman?
Some Bronze Age DC stuff, some New Gods.
Superman's not a bad one, especially because it is like Superman time right now, right? With the movie coming out and all that kind of shit. So that's not bad. I was going through my stuff and I was organizing.
All covers with pets in honor of crypto.
I was organizing my Detective Comics stuff, and there's like, I do want to do a wall of that. Now, in particular, I'm talking about, let's just ballpark it between 5 and 700, right? Like issues 5 through 700. There is like a huge portion of those covers that are like Batman with a color as the background, like just this crazy green. And then the whole Gotham is this, in the background is this crazy shade of purple. And I was like, this is, when you look at all of them together and you start to realize like this was like that era, that style, that era. And I was like, a whole wall of that.
Oh, the 600s.
Really,
600s, I think.
Really cool to like, if I could do a whole wall of all these just crazy colors that they were doing then, I think that would look cool if it was all said and done with all these different colors. It would be very unique and bright. So yeah, I was thinking about
try
that.
it out.
Yeah, no, I like I said, I have them all cataloged. I've even been doing CLZ. I've been like actually cataloging my shit. It's not too bad. I have like whatever that grandfather subscription thing is. So if I want to like scan the cover, I would have to upgrade.
To actually make your life easy. Got it.
Is that what you use, the cover scan one?
I almost never do, because all my old stuff for the most part is already in. And so now when I get new older books, it's a handful. It's like 2 books at a time type thing. Yeah. So it's easy to do. If I was redoing my whole book, my whole thing again, oh hell yeah, I'd be using that, because it doesn't have to be that old of a book. I mean, granted, the older ones definitely do, but even the stuff that, the 90s, there's a ton of stuff that had no barcodes.
Yeah.
In the 90s, you know, and it's just like crap.
Well, that's why like it got kind of, I was kind of like doing a little bit of everything, because if you're collecting and you're going through your stuff, if it doesn't have a barcode, then I'm like, okay, well, obviously I can't use just the barcode scanner. But when there were times when I did have like a nice run of just being able to barcode scan, it is easy as hell and very nice. But
yeah, it wasn't.
Again,
you can have your kids help you with that too, like
if
the barcoded ones.
If you don't have, for the ones that aren't, if you have your books organized, it's not bad either. Because like mine, I had them all organized by title and number. So then you just get to that one and you could bring it up and you could go manually. You could just check. You know, but
Yeah. So that's what I've been
until
doing.
until you get. Oh, wait a second. Is this the B, C, or the A? What's the difference?
Yes. Yes.
And you're trying to figure it out from that itty bitty thumbnail that's a half a centimeter by
I
half a
know, and
centimeter
it
on your
doesn't
phone.
let you like zoom in on it, and I don't like that at all. And then there's also unless I missed it, but it tells you like a key, but I don't
Uh-huh.
think it tells you what the key is, right?
It does, but not necessarily when you're adding it right then and
Okay.
there on the
Okay.
screen. There's limited space. Once it's in there, the key there's the designator for gold key and blue key.
Mhm.
So gold key being major key and minor key.
Okay.
And then there's a description of what the key is, the key reason.
Yeah.
Actually, there's three things for it. There's the key indicator, there's the actual why is it a key, first appearance of so and so, and then there's a key category. So you can just sort, like, show me all my first appearances,
Got it.
and it'll do that, or show me all my second appearances, or my first solo title, or
Yeah.
whatever.
So definitely made some work there. I've done my one box of Batman, or two boxes of Batman,
Ooh,
two
that's what
boxes of Detective.
your dad says. Do it and secretly make a mosaic of the bat symbol.
God, that requires art and work.
That would be badass.
That would be. I know that would.
I don't know if your father knows how lazy
I would
you
look
are
it up. Oh, he's
sometimes.
very aware. Yes, trust me.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you wouldn't even get yourself fucking neutered right
oh
now,
my
bro.
God. I knew
You
that was
know?
going. I knew that was gonna.
Turn around every single time.
Anyways,
Turn around.
and then Daredevil. Although
Nah, nobody wants that, bro.
I
Come
do
on.
have a Daredevil in storage that I need to put together with the Daredevil in the room. But Daredevil I was able to do. And then I have like two boxes that are just either a character or an artist that I like to collect. So I have like a box where it's just that. So for example, there's a box where it's like just random Todd McFarlane shit. And then then I have a divider, and then it's like Kyle Rayner shit, and then it's Taskmaster, and then Omega Red. So like I catalog both of those boxes, because that, especially like the Todd McFarlane one, like if I'm just, he's got so many like random covers that he does, like one cover for this series, and I buy it, and then I'm like, I need to remember this, and so I have all that catalog, and it's nice. The point being is that I've had CLZ for a long time. I've really only ever done my X-Men run fully cataloged. So now I'm trying to at least cover my main titles, the titles that I'm constantly buying, and therefore I can stop buying extras, because that's the other thing, is I am definitely finding like, oh, I did have this. I did have this.
Oh, I have 4 copies now.
Exactly. I posted. Yeah, I did that. I posted the Tim Drake stuff. I was like, man, I didn't know like I had 6, 7 copies of this. But so yeah. So anyway, I've been doing that. So I basically have been in this room for days now. But with that said, you got to kind of have something going on in the, you got to have background noise, right? If you're working, you got to have this background noise. So
Ace of Base.
Star Wars.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that too.
Since the last time I
same.
was here, Mandalorian season 2 and 3 finished, Book of Boba Fett finished, Andor season 1 finished, and 4 or 5 episodes of season 2 finished. I have watched so much fucking Star Wars.
Nice.
Oh my God. It's oh man, it's good shit. Good fucking shit, man. So yeah, lots of Star Wars. Basically just come in here, hit fucking play on the TV on the Disney Plus, and then just boom, 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 get to work. And yeah, it's been really, really cool. And then it was funny because I watched season 2 and of The Mandalorian, and I'm telling my coworker like, oh yeah, I this is what I'm doing, and I'm like reacting to shit, right? I'm like, oh my God, he, no spoiler, but like, oh my God, this thing happened.
No spoilers. It's like it's 5 years ago now.
I mean, I guess we could.
Oh my God, Ronda Rousey.
He says goodbye. Yeah. Spoiler alert. Okay, he says goodbye to the child, right, at season 2, and I'm like, oh man, right to my heart,
Even knowing that they come back together.
So my buddy, I didn't really know. I tried to like stay away from all this because I knew I was gonna watch it eventually, and so my buddy tells me ahead of time, go and watch. You don't have to. He said you don't have to watch all of Boba Fett, but go watch the Mandalorian episodes. And I was like, eh. So season 2 finishes, and it's this goodbye, and I'm like, man, that fucking sucks. And then I hit play on season 3, and I'm like,
what?
He's just fucking riding around with this kid again. What the hell is happening right now? And so I'm like 2 episodes in, and I'm like, this is just weird. Like, I thought, are they going back in time and doing like a, him and the child, from a while ago? And I'm like, what is happening? We just went from this emotional goodbye to now like everything's fine. And I text him, and I'm like, dude, what's going on? And he's like, well, I fucking told you to watch Boba Fett. You didn't listen, so now you're fucking lost. And I was like, oh shit. So yeah, but so then I was like, I'm already committed. Let me just finish season 3 anyways.
No, you should have paused and watched.
Oh no, I couldn't do it. So I did go back and watch Boba Fett in its entirety, and I will say it's okay. I think it is crazy. Obviously, I knew Mandalorian was in it, right? People had said that. My buddy obviously said that. What I did not know is that it is an entire episode of the Mandalorian in a Boba Fett series. And I'm like, that is wild.
It's weird. Yeah.
Fucked up. A whole episode with just him. And I was like, damn. It was a good ass episode, though. No.
And you're like, well, especially after having exposed yourself to the kids on the Vespas.
Yeah.
It's like, really?
Why
do we have a fucking Vespa gang that's supposed to be intimidating?
Dude, they went full Sons of Anarchy in that one.
On their little motor scooters.
Yes, all colorful and stuff. And I will say though, credit to Boba Fett, I never thought that like I would have any type of care or just anything about the Tusken Raiders, but man. They were awesome.
but what they were, but what was horrible was you spent all this time with him with the Tuskens, and then what's the payoff from it?
Right.
There's like
staff.
I mean,
he's got the fucking staff.
I'm like, oh, wait a second, dude. I'm like, I was expecting
and a train ride, right? A sick ass train ride.
I was expecting like, okay, that there was some way that we were going to bring them back in and connect. They're going to come save the town. They're going to do, I don't know, any number of things that they could have done with it. It was just kind of like really weird. It was like this kind of like,
what? I mean, I don't. I think if anything, and maybe I'm reaching here. Maybe this wasn't the intent, but like he definitely talks about what he learned from them, right? And so I guess it's basically that was so that he learned to make this community, right? Like
but then they get slaughtered.
I'm going to run this town so that I can,
They end up getting slaughtered. And what does he get? And what does he do? Nothing. Where the hell is? I thought maybe that was that going to be the thing that triggered him to turn into the Boba Fett that was always in my mind that said, like fucking, I'm so upset that I can't disintegrate people and that. And like maybe we're gonna get that Boba Fett back because he slaughtered his family. No,
didn't he find like a jetpack soon after or something? I don't know.
He found all his stuff. He goes and
gets all his armor back from the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
That was, anyways. Yeah, it's crazy, but dude, when you watched the end of season 2, how hard were you when fucking Luke Skywalker showed up?
Oh yeah, I mean that was really.
I was semi, honestly, like, I had heard people talk about it and stuff like that, and when I did see that,
you didn't know, if it hits you completely out of the blue, you don't know that shit was coming. Yeah. When it fucking hit, dude, it was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then I also had to figure out, like, because I never paid attention or looked up like where in a timeline this all fits, right? And so I was like, oh, okay, here's Luke, right? And I'm like, well, what are we gonna get? Are we getting like old man Luke? And then I'm like, oh, this is fucking young.
This is a couple years after the Return of the Jedi.
The yummy version, right, James?
It's peak power Luke.
Yeah, it's good. And then even so I guess that's Boba Fett, right? They yeah, Boba Fett, they show you like him trying to train Grogu and all that kind of stuff, and that was
Grogu choosing to go away. Yeah.
yeah.
No, I don't want to be a Jedi. I want to be a Mandalorian, like my
Fuck being
dad.
a student. I don't want to be a student. Yeah, no, it's been.
Yeah, see,
It
your
was
dad knows he peaked.
and
He's got it. He's
and
a
yeah,
at least he's a man.
and Andor has definitely been incredible too. That is also great. Andy Serkis, man, that guy, awesome. That whole like jail stuff.
The second half
Dreamy.
of season 1, phenomenal.
Dreamy.
Season 1 I admit to everybody, is a super slow burn, and if you're not really into deep political intrigue and the buildings, laying the foundation and groundworks of a unified rebellion, if you're not into that shit, it's gonna be a slow burn. The prison stuff's a little bit better. So, but after that, season 2, because it's just 3 episode blocks. Each 3 episodes is 1 year as they lead up right to the Battle of Yavin and Rogue One. Oh, phenomenal storytelling.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
No, it also takes a minute to get used to the slow burn, like you're saying, because if you're watching it, not that I recommend it, but if you watch it like I did, you're going from 8 episodes of Mandalorian, 8 episodes of Mandalorian, 7 of Boba Fett, to then like I can't help it. You know, I'm looking at the thing and it's like episode 7. And I'm like, all right, here we go. We're gonna get some crazy finale. And then I'm like, I don't
3
think
more episodes.
This does not seem like we're leading toward the finale. And then I look it up and I'm like, there's fucking 12 episodes of this shit. So yeah, a lot more of Andor than the other titles. So that once I finally realized that, I was like, okay, we got a lot more story to build. But
You gotta pace myself.
yeah.
Hold on, baby.
Let
me think of baseball. Think of baseball. All right.
Well, I mean, James, we should probably go through the chat real quick before it gets out of hand. But
we didn't forget you all.
Yeah, before we do that, I want to ask Rob a question. So you're glizzing up, bro. Like you're tearing up glizzies for the last month, I would say.
Yeah.
Even on the cruise.
The cruise. Yeah.
So do you take offense when somebody like James goes to Wiener Central and like gets a 6-pack of mini corn dogs just to try to like keep up with you? Like that's not really keeping up, is it? Or this is like kind of cheating, right?
Yeah, I don't. Mini corn dogs are appetizers. You don't count you don't get to count that as a meal.
You order that while you're waiting for your chili dogs to be delivered.
That's right.
Well, I'm glad you cleared it up, man.
Better yet, they're a topping on the chili cheese dog.
That'd be good.
You know what happens in the burger too, right?
I get on a kick. My wife will tell you this. This is the way it works. Is like I get hooked on something where all of a sudden I acquire a taste for something, and I will go hard on it until I eventually get sick of it for a while. And then just as she like ramps up the buying so I don't run out of the stuff, and she's got it all stocked up, then all of a sudden I'm like, all right, I'm done. I don't want to eat any more of this shit. And then it's just like sits there and rots and goes away. And it's like,
you've been going pretty hard though. I like, dude,
it's been great. This last week or so, it's been really great because it's something like I work from home for the most part, and work has just been so ridiculous.
Yeah,
that it has allowed me. It is something that I can cook. I can make myself a lunch in like 5 minutes.
And the oral fixation, right?
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, look, you hold the hot dog like
they need to make the buns with balls, right?
If you're not eating your hot dog like this, then what are you doing?
Yes. Yes. No, it's been great. It has been great.
I tried doing an overhand grip, but I get mustard all over my.
All right, James, let's go ahead and get through this, man.
All right. Apologies, Chad. We're getting there. All right. So first in was Rob's Fast Stacks of Comics. Says start time is 9 minutes out. See you in 18. That was probably about right.
It actually was. Yeah.
Then we have Sabrina, who is picking up Tonio. So hi, happy.
I don't know if that's true. I just made that up.
I'm sure it is. Then we have, yes, my dad is here. That was back in our conversation about counting to 200. And then the kids conversation. And then we have Rick here as well. What is up, dude?
I saw him a few days ago.
Pretty fast.
Cheers.
Really?
Hmm.
Really? Wow.
Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but do you guys notice anything different about
Your
me?
drink. Yes, I was gonna call you out earlier, but
Oh no. Besides that, I'm
I
talking about like
No, your bed's still
technology.
not made. No, you look the
hell
same.
no, you did not do your computer. Don't even lie.
I have
Don't
not yet, but Ricky had the opportunity to help me out, and he refused. So
I'm gonna. This will be
Hey.
interesting. I got a new computer that wasn't supposed to be here till the end of next month, but it arrived already, and so it's a question of which one of us is going to get our new computer up and running first.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
game on. Challenge
Oh,
accepted. Rob.
Yeah. See, if you bring competitiveness into it, now he might actually do it. We have Rob not near Mint here. What is going on, my man?
So Rob.
We are watching the Ultimate Trinity, the Holy Trinity. We had Phil's Treehouse here. What is going on? Even though he's only here for Rob. See how it is. Chaos and Comics. What's going on? You guys are all barnacles on my ship. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Francisco, Chi-Town Punisher. Congrats, guys. Looking forward to many more. He has been a guest on here for the record. Couldn't tell you what
Appreciate it,
episode,
man.
but one of them. Thank you. Fangirling. Oh shit. Eddie handles his weeder fine. We have the Yeast Queen was here. What is going
What's
on?
up, Caroline?
Sabrina said that they had glizzies for dinner. Very nice.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Rick says you got to cross cut the wiener so you get that texture. Oh, wiener
Then you
toast
lose all the juices.
Right,
Rob, I don't know, man. You just keep just digging yourself in the glizzy hole.
Magnola did a lot of the X-Men classic covers and Peter David's Aquaman. I have like maybe I'm gonna guess 5 Aquaman singles. I have an Aquaman omnibus, and that's about it. I do have some of the X-Men classics, but I also have a pretty decent X-Men collection, so I never really picked up the classics. But yes, I do. In my head, I can picture a couple of those covers.
We're back. I need to go get this dog fed. She's been a bitch.
It's all right. We're just going through the chat.
That bitch.
Mosaic of the bat symbol. We'll have to figure out if that's doable. Yes, I'm always spending so much time organizing my slab wall. It's pretty. That's about a 5-minute process. You cannot relate. I have been in here for days sorting. You got to sort by publisher. Then you got to break that down. Some of these boxes, there's so many that they're in their own box now. As far as like a certain character.
You know what? I'll just say this, dude. Sabrina is not as anal as you are when it comes to comic books, dude. Every single comic book that you own is bagged and boarded. Hers not so much.
Right.
And also you only use a certain brand for your bags and boards. You don't veer off to other. I don't give a fuck.
No, yeah, I am definitely BCW supplies for my boxes, for my bags and boards. When it comes to Mylar, I am a Mylights 2 fan. E. Gerber, let me specify. Well, I guess Mylights says that, but just in case, Mylights 2 E. Gerber. I do. Now, this is where I have pricing wise, sometimes you got to go with something else, price and availability. Yes, I am a fan of the fullbacks. I have also stocked up on the same BCW regular. So I do regular silver by BCW. I have stocked up on just extra of their boards. So there are times when I just use that board, and I obviously double, triple it, right?
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So there is.
I can't believe what the fuck you're just saying right now.
There is
dude.
a little bit of difference there.
You gave me so much shit for doing that. Oh my God, dude.
It's not my favorite. I will tell you that right now. It's not my favorite. And the only reason why it's not, and this is my thing, and this is exactly what I told you then, the reason why I don't like to do that is because then I start to get but the 2 boards have to be lined up. And what if one board's kind of more this way and the other? So it's just so much easier for me to just have one fullback and I don't have to worry about that. But again, price, availability, COVID times, whatever. Like, I did not realize how much supplies I had stocked. So you can't see it, but I have like a little dresser. There's a 3-drawer dresser that I put my statues on. That's where I keep all my supplies. and I knew I had like a decent amount, but yeah, I had like I guess decent is a relative term because there's people that have boxes of shit. I had like 7 to 10 bags of my lights and 7 to 10 bags of the BCWs already ready, like 7 to 10 bundles of the board. So that has been very nice. This whole thing I've been doing, I already had all the supplies ready to go. Like I didn't have to go buy anything. I had it. I've been stocking it. I've been saving it for, I guess, this moment. So I was just
The
like,
terrace.
I'm gonna, yeah, right. So I have been on it, and that has been very nice that I passed James. Kudos to past James for stocking up on all that shit. But I definitely I like my shit to be uniform. As I posted in my stories, a uniform box, even if it's not Mylar, but Mylar is just different. But a uniform box of Mylar, man, is just chef kiss, man.
Well, all I gotta say is apology accepted, James. You were wrong, and I was right.
As I said, still not my favorite, but you gotta make.
Well, you still do it, so
you gotta make do sometimes. But yeah, no, I do like my
the way your bank account set up right now.
Now, I was hoping that conversation took just enough time. I will say, okay, let me be nice and apologize to you, Robert, for the not,
Thank you.
Not doing the whole 2 board thing. Now I will say kudos to Rob here. When I actually focused on it, he was also correct. I am kind of a fan now of the BCW resealable bags. If you do it as he instructed, where you rip it off and just put it right next to it, it is extremely fast and efficient way of rebagging a lot of comics. So I am a fan over the tape method now, because it is definitely it. If you're doing a bunch of them, as I have been, there is a noticeable time difference in how quickly you can just peel that strip, set that shit down. And I was like, damn, okay, I kind of like this. So BCW resealable, don't sleep on them, especially if you have a large project to do or something like that. If you want to save yourself time, this is the way.
What projects are you doing with comic books, bro?
Organizing. I consider it a project. The whole organizing is a project, bro.
The important takeaway here, and I want everyone, including my wife, to hear this, is Rob was right.
Yes. Episode 200.
Both Robs were right.
I wanted to make sure we did that on this episode, so we can all easy to remember, right? Episode 200.
Mark the tape.
The Roberts get their prop.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised that he even let us in on this. I would have thought that James would have taken this to his grave.
Oh,
this information he just gave us.
I'm a changed man, look, man.
Are you though?
Yeah.
As we used to say in the biz, mark the tape.
Jack McNeil is also in the building. What is going on? Thank you. We also have Steve stopping in. What is up, dude?
Steve, what's up?
Hopefully you caught the rewind of your own show. I was talking shit about you during your oh god, what the fuck do they call it? Saturday morning toy box over on the Nerd Herd. Yeah,
he was making fun of how you bag and board your shit, dude.
He was fucking MIA. He has been leaving our man Big Rob by himself for a few weeks now.
Steve hasn't been on for a while, dude. What? When did you not realize this?
I've been realizing. I started talking shit recently. So
hey, Rob's got it down though, man. He's got.
Oh no, absolutely,
dude.
Don't get me wrong.
The amount of toys he buys in a week, he could literally do his own show. He's good, bro.
He has been.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do miss you. I miss you, buddy.
Sometimes you just see Jeff going, "Oh wow, that's cool. Oh my god, that's awesome!" Hey, he just has boxes and boxes of shit.
Shit. Yeah. We had Guy Forge here. What is going on, Guy?
What's
Forge
up, Guy?
is still around.
His ears were ringing, dude.
Do the rewind later, because definitely our boy Rob here was glazing you, as the kids like to say.
Do they?
Let's see. Not as hard as you right now. Thinking about him getting hard. Oh wow, context matters. People. Oh, so does eyes apparently. Wow. All right, we should have. Yeah. we also have Roscoe here. What is going on, dude? Make sure you guys check out the rewind from last week and see our boy Roscoe on.
Link in description.
Yes. clip, Rob. Yes, Rick said that you guys saw each other, and then he said, pretty sure that's a lie. Pretty sure that's relating to the PC part and him turning down the offer to help you with that is what he's referring to. He also said he'll head over right now and do it, and he'll have it done by
I'm
the time the
busy.
show finishes. Do it. And then Sabrina's just on something. Sabrina, go
Yeah,
pick up
we're eating hot dogs, not fucking eggplants. Nobody wants to
just
eat an eggplant.
double book it, save a. Oh, there you go. She's right. Instead of buying boards, save the money and just put multiple books in a bag like Sabrina does, and eventually it'll be sturdy enough on its own just because of the amount of books that are in the bag.
So Sabrina needs to click on that link and show her process, dude, because I'm sure all of us will fucking cringe, dude.
Oh my god.
She's gonna do what I did with my baseball cards with the sleeves.
Yeah.
You put a card facing frontwards and backwards, slide them in. Boom, you're done. You're done.
Let me just say, I really do appreciate all the books that she gave me recently at WonderCon. What I don't appreciate is that I had to rebag and board all of them recently. She basically took one bundle from me of, a whole thing of bags and a whole thing of boards.
That shit costs money, right?
Yeah, because
it costs you money.
I started to realize that, the stack may have only looked like this, but in reality it was this because everything was double booked inside, So,
Wow.
But, thank you.
Oh, joke's on you, James.
Yeah, right, yeah. So, yeah, that was a fun time rebagging all those, but
Heathen.
But yeah, okay, so we are finally caught up in the chat there.
Oh yeah, dude, finally.
It only took us an hour.
I know, right? I know. Okay, Robert, did you go over the rest of your week? I left out a couple things.
We haven't even done weeks yet.
I know. You're right.
Well, I'll go ahead and start
Go
because
ahead.
I feel like my week was the most eventful out of all you guys.
You said that
okay.
last week, I think.
Yeah, I mean, so I got two of my kids graduating, one from 8th grade, one from high school. So
Congrats.
Very proud of them. My brother Ricky was there. He did show up for that, but he didn't show up for my ceremony of building my computer up.
Were you proud of him too?
Yeah.
Showing up.
I was proud that he made it out there for sure.
Yeah. Did you tell him what graduating looks like?
Yeah. This is what walking down the aisle looks like, But it was great. My son's graduation was good. It was in a cafe or a gymnasium, and it just made me realize how rude people can be. There were people making their own parking spots, like people were only given so many tickets for family members to attend, and there was fucking families that had like 12 people. I'm not even kidding, dude. Like how does this happen? Where's the black market on this shit?
The kids do it. The kids you ask your friends like, hey, are you using all your tickets? And then you guys kind of wheel and deal for extra tickets if need be.
Yeah. It was it was a nice ceremony.
But there's the one. Oh, what is the worst? What's the worst part about those freaking graduations?
How long?
Well, no, it's the parking for one, and then how rude people can be.
You get to this. It's the freaking people who they've all been told don't bring your fucking air horns and shit, and you always get that group that's fucking like right behind you that when their kid's name is yelled, they fucking shout and hit the air horn and shit. Like,
the
kid's got to actually be embarrassed. Fucking ducks their head down.
Yeah,
they're embarrassed now, and like you mean your ears are bleeding.
I mean, I don't want to sound like an old man, but I agree with you, Rob. We had air horns.
Again,
we had
hashtag Rob was right.
We had let's get that shit trending. We had cowbells, which
more cowbells.
I don't know what's worse, honestly. Like But definitely what I think is worse is the people that like out of nowhere just start yelling, James, look at me, I'm over here. Like,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up, dude.
Because I
You
really
know?
need to get that good grainy ass picture from 20 times zoom of you looking just right at me. So
Yeah.
I need to yell.
Yeah, even zoomed that high, you still have 100 people in the shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had
So
disabled section for people 60 older.
yeah, Ricky actually sat with the 60 plus because my mom was there. That's for my daughter, you know.
Nice.
And then there were like we actually sat on the benches, and in front of us there was a bunch, like a whole row that was reserved. And this is what bugged me was this family came in fucking super late, and it was like a family of 7, and obviously there's no more fucking bench seats, so you got to fucking stand your ass in the back. But that wasn't good enough for them. They fucking took off the reserved papers and sat there themselves. One of the boyfriend said, "Oh, isn't that for reserved people only?" She's like, "Yeah, reserved for us."
And
Oh,
you're sitting there on these long ceremonies. This is the second worst thing. These long ceremonies on those fucking bleachers, and they have no backrest, no back support, and they're hard as
I just rest on the fucking knees behind me.
oh.
Fuck it, you
Did
know.
question though is here's the ultimate question to determine how miserable this was. Was the air conditioner working?
It was. That's the great thing about
Thank
it. And
God.
they had the huge industrial fans that weren't too
As
loud,
well.
so that was great. I mean, hey,
It always seems to be for us. We get if they do it in the gym, so you're not in the hot sun, the air conditioner's not quite working, so you get the hot stagnant air, or else you're outside in the fucking sun for hours with the sun beating down on you, and you're like,
it's like the Lowdown comic show, huh?
so that way at the end of the day you can have 30 seconds for your kid to get called and get handed an empty folder because there's no actual diploma in it
Yeah.
because they have to wait to see if they actually graduated before.
Damn, Robert. It's like he was traumatized by this shit, huh?
I don't think I've been to a graduation in like 10 years, to be honest.
Oh,
Your kids are
you'll get
young
your
still.
turn.
Oh, I know,
Yeah.
I know. And then
Well,
it's gonna be
just
every
wait.
year.
It's gonna be back to back to back to back,
Yeah.
and they're gonna go to college, and it's back to back to back.
Yeah.
Man.
And then so my daughter's was even bigger because she graduated from high school, and
Or had a
the high
real
school,
graduation.
yeah, it was a real one. This this was huge. I mean, my last kid that graduated from this high school was my daughter. She's 21 now, and it was during COVID as well. So there wasn't. I mean, there was a lot of people, but not as much as you would think for a graduation. I estimated that this was a graduating class of 425 kids. It was. I mean, parking again was just like a shit show.
If you
But
have
I'm
400 something students, you got to figure that means you're
yeah,
going to have about 1,200 to 1,600 people at least.
yeah.
I know.
And I'm over here shuttling my in-laws and my mom because they can't walk very far and stuff like that, and just juggling that with these rude ass people trying to like cut you off. And I mean, you know the game. I'm a very patient person, but man, like when it starts affecting like my relatives like that, it's I don't.
Now we got balance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's why that's why if you're smart, you spring for the black car.
yeah.
That way, then you let them deal with it, and you roll right up, and they
What
let
up,
you out.
man?
Everybody's looking, going like, "Look at these ballers right here showing up in the black car like this is this is the red carpet shit," and you're like all waving hi, people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You know who I am? I'm fucking Comics on the Edge, yo.
Oh, right. This ceremony was 2 hours long, and thank God it wasn't too hot. So
I was gonna say that. Yeah. we all graduated at the Stockton Arena, the one they use for like all the minor teams, minor league teams.
Well, it could have been worse. It could have been at the Stockton Stockyards.
Yeah,
The, Stock-
right.
the Stockton Ports play there, right?
It's next to it.
Oh.
So they have an arena like right next to the ballpark that the Ports play. So like the arenas for the Stockton Kings. Back in the day, there was a
The Arena Football League.
They have the
Yeah.
Arena Football League there.
Every once in a while, they might get a minor
two different versions of hockey.
minor league hockey team comes through.
Yeah, that's failed twice. That's a bummer.
Did you guys ever have a roller hockey team?
Oh no, not that I. No.
Yeah, we remember when we had a roller hockey team, indoor lacrosse. We had indoor lacrosse.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah.
So I was able to use the arena, luckily.
I'm just gonna say what everyone's thinking.
Congrats, dude. Congrats.
The only good thing that came out of Stockton was the Diaz brothers.
Yes.
The end.
True. Stockton, good times. Yep. Shout out Stockton. 209, baby. Yep. Yeah. I still got my signed card. Yeah.
I'm not surprised, motherfucker.
You could graduate from the Stockton stockyards and have to like step over horse shit as you're like walking through. And
maybe that's why Lodi smells so bad. Is people stepping horse shit as they're going into the
graduation
basketball courts.
Right. Yeah. Also fair.
Okay, so finish that. Then we try to go to Outback afterwards because my family likes Outback, and they couldn't even give us a fucking estimated time.
Damn.
You didn't make a reservation ahead of time?
No, that's how bad it was. No,
man,
Outback, are you kidding me?
We don't.
Proper prior planning.
Yeah.
I would like to see you make a reservation to Outback, Rob.
Call him up right now, Rob. Call him up right now. This is Rob Fat Stacks. Can I get in tonight? And they'll be like, yes, sir.
I got to make a reservation. Let's see. I'm going to go see Dogma on Sunday.
He's all mocking up right now.
I mean, you just book your shit in advance, man.
Yeah, it's called calling. And then you say, I'd like to make a reservation.
The good thing about it is, because I'm not really a fan, but we ended up going to Islands afterwards. So yeah, hell yeah.
Going to what?
Islands. You ever been to Islands?
Islands? Never heard of that.
Really?
Yeah. Is this a chain restaurant? Or were we
They only put Islands in good neighborhoods, so you'll never experience that, James.
Oh man. So they do day of reservations, but they were booked at the beginning of the day because they open at 5. Damn. 5 a.m.
PM.
Oh, Outback doesn't open till 5. I don't go to Outback, so they don't open till 5 p.m. Also, their dinner.
Hold on. Do you have an Outback out there?
I do actually, like really close. Yes. I've been to Outback maybe once in my life, and that was well over a decade ago.
The ones I have, I just did a search. Ones by me, all just says call the number here to make a reservation.
That means they don't take reservations, Rob.
Yeah, they probably don't take them like days out in advance or something. You can go someplace fancier, I suppose, but whatever.
Well, we went to Islands, and I like Islands better.
Pick up your Outback to go. Take it home. We'll go sit out in the tailgate it in the parking lot.
Yes. I'm looking up this Islands restaurant.
It's great,
Islands
man.
in the stream.
It's so good.
That is
Rob,
what
have you heard of Islands? Because I haven't.
I've only heard Kenny and God damn it, Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton sing "Islands in the Stream."
Nice.
Okay, so they do like
Monster says picnic. There you go. Yeah.
No, we got Uncanny Swag in the house. See, his ears were ringing too earlier.
He's throwing his own shout outs. That's baller right there.
I know,
he comes right in and says, "Yo, shout out to me." What's up?
We pop his fucking virginity and he acts like that afterwards. What the hell, man?
And shout out to Tats who completed his Airboy run earlier today.
Yeah, we got to that already.
Oh, well.
Come on, Rob. Keep up, dude.
Hey, this is a personal, self-engraved congratulations from Fat Stacks. That carries more weight.
This guy.
It looks nice inside.
The food is good.
Very, very fancy.
So let me guess. Let me guess. They got fucking teriyaki burgers and pineapple burgers, huh?
Yep.
Shit. I knew it. I would never eat there just based on that alone. I don't know, fucking pineapple fucking burger. God
They,
damn.
Robin, also, for your information, they do not have hot dogs there. So
Well, then
good
what's the
luck
point?
finding one of those.
What a terrible establishment.
I guess I go to Five Guys.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah.
I can overpay for a hot dog there.
You know, just to think
wouldn't.
how far we've come, dude. I remember, and I laugh every time I think about it. When me and James made it out to Amazing, was it Amazing? No, it wasn't.
Phoenix Fan Fusion.
Phoenix Fan Fest.
Mm-hmm.
After the show or the convention, we went out to eat at this barbecue place, and James straight up ordered a hot dog, and I thought it was the funniest thing, just seeing like this hot dog on a plate and James just sitting there like waiting to eat it.
I will make sure, James, for you at the barbecue, I will have some hot dogs that I could throw a hot dog on for you instead of brisket and pulled pork.
Or
No,
all
you
the
said you
other
were gonna do like kielbasa. I'm good with the
Oh
kielbasa.
no, I no, it's not kielbasa. I get linguiça.
Linguiça. Okay.
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
what did you call her?
Fine.
He called it
So
kielbasa. It's a completely different kind of sausage.
Yeah.
Different
So
different flavor profile.
Oh, okay.
Shout out
One's
my
Polish.
my
One's
original
Polish,
artist,
one's Portuguese.
kielbasa. She said, "Damn, y'all are so romantical." I know.
I know.
And he watched. I'm telling you, he watched me eat that thing with love in his
Motherfucker
eyes.
put fucking ketchup and mustard on there.
I remember I looked at that menu and I didn't know what the hell else to get. I think partly what it was is, I spent my money on a first class flight there and back, and
yeah.
I was a baller
Yeah,
on a
that's
budget.
baller. I like you
I
now.
was baller on a budget then, and that was a good time, man. That was a good time. I still have the video of us surprising. So we show up there, and Ross doesn't know that we were going, and we're traveling from fucking California to Arizona, and he has no idea. And so we walk around, and I don't remember if like we were just hoping to find him or we like were calling him to see where he was. I don't remember, but
No, remember I almost got exposed early on.
yeah. Oh, because like he almost saw you like unpacking your car or something like that, right? Or like arriving, wasn't
Well,
it?
I parked
no.
at the wrong place, so
Yeah,
that
okay.
was
Yeah. That was a good time though. We did a low grades episode from there, from the hotel there, and opened up cards and shit.
we did. That was fun.
I don't know
man.
about anybody else, but I'm right here and I'm lost.
We took a trip to Phoenix Fan Fusion, which is
That I got that. I got
And
that first class. I
surprised
thought you were gonna tell us that you were like we went baller style and all this other stuff, and then
no.
all of a sudden it's like, oh, I almost got exposed. And I'm like, oh, when,
Well,
when did this
yeah.
all of a sudden? When did did all this turn into? I'm in the terminal in a trench coat only, and I'm about to freaking
man.
expose myself to everybody.
Yes, no. What he means is that yes, we were surprising him, and he almost got busted prior to us being ready to unveil the
Still
surprise
busted.
of us
No
being
busted.
there. Ross came to Vegas, and we all got to kick it. He's a really dope guy for sure. That sucks that he had to go to Vegas to hang out with you guys. So yeah,
I
it was
wouldn't have done that.
good times. We had some. Oh, we met Bapina there. I saw David DeGarmo there. That was a cool con. We got some good stuff. We found some good stuff there. That
We
was-
did.
Yeah. Oh, I got the Bat Slap book for like $5 or something like that. One of those, just going through all the bins and you just find a nice little book in there. Haters.
Nice.
Chicago Schultze
Chelsea.
is
Nice.
here. What is going on? Good evening, gentlemen. Love from Chicago. Oh shit, the Chirac. Oh shit. Hopefully he didn't get harassed by the underground homeless people in Vegas. Oh man, but yeah. Anyways, that was a good time. I don't remember. Oh, we were talking about hot dogs and shit. But anyways,
Well, Robert was talking about his week, and I don't know where we went off the rails.
Yeah. Graduation
But-
and islands and all that. Anything
Oh.
else to your week?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Had some great food at Islands and came home and took a nap.
Okay.
Woo!
Nice.
Buckle up, folks. This is going to be a long episode.
So basically, you wanted to go first to tell us that you went to graduations and that was your big highlight.
Well, I said because I felt like
you had the most eventful.
Yeah, I had the most
Yeah, the
eventful.
longest boring one. Yes, that's for sure.
Yeah, but it was eventful. I mean,
It was. It
try
was.
to top that, guys. Let's see.
Congrats to your children for finishing up high school and
Thank you,
middle
thank
school.
you.
Very nice. Very nice. All right, Rob.
Presumably.
Yeah.
The grades
Yeah.
haven't come out yet, but presumably.
Rob, how was your week?
Oh man, it has just been a mile a minute. I don't know. For somehow it's just been every single day. It's just another day of working. I think I'm going to get off at 3 when I'm done. Supposed to be done, and next thing I know, it's 5:30, 6 o'clock at night, and I'm still working. So it's been a lot of 12-hour, 10, 11, 12-hour days this week, and with little breaks. But man, I've gotten well, there's been a lot of really boring shit. There's been a lot that's been done, a lot of contract stuff being done. I've made some really good progress at the same time. And I'm not going to go into details because it'll bore fucking most people, but it was creating some different AI bots to help facilitate the work that I do and make it easier to be able to do more faster and help handle more requests in a timely manner. Such that I actually created 2 different ones that I was sharing with our legal team today that do legal work, and they're now testing them, and he's like, oh, okay, don't tell anybody that you made this because this is pretty fucking cool. He's excited because it's going to make his life easier too. So anyways, it's kind of a mix of trying to find ways, as the old guy in the room trying, right now I can't be replaced because I'm needed for my knowledge, but eventually somebody's going to catch up our systems to be able to do, to actually manage the work that we do. So being able to keep up with some of these the AI tools and stuff right now has been a lot of fun, and keeping yourself relevant and such. So and making the opportunity to be able to share that shit with the C staff so they know that you're the ones that are doing the stuff. Like, I generate a report every month that used to take me hours and hours to do. And now this was the first time this year that it was fully automated through the bots that we had created. And so it was now I was able to get it out to them in record time and all this other stuff. And they were like super, they're the ones that are pushing AI. So they really love the fact that I can tell them, yeah, everything was done AI, is all done. I saved this much time. You get reports quicker. And here's a brand new executive summary, all done by the AI bot and everything else. And they get all excited and happy and leave me alone now. So I can go back to being a dick to everybody else.
Nice.
Yeah. So there's that. Then it was really nuts. Was Wednesdays the day you go in the office. Food sucked. Normally we have a food truck, but it was a baked potato truck. It's like, yeah, right, that's it.
The thing. That's
the thing is this. Here's what sucks. The week before, it was a food truck called I Like Cheesesteaks.
Oh.
Sounds great, right?
We don't have in California or Southern.
Guess
California.
what? It wasn't a fucking cheesesteak sandwich. When I got out there to the truck, I knew I was in trouble. On the side of the truck, it said cheesesteak with an Asian twist. Whoa. What the fuck, dude? And he'd go out there, and it was a fucking rice bowl that they put some ground beef with some onions, bell peppers, and cucumbers on. It wasn't even cheese on it. It was like, what is that?
These hippies are messing everything up, man.
Oh my God. Yeah. And then this week we go is baked potatoes. I'm like, oh, I'm not a freaking vegetable eater. I mean, come on. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind a potato with cheese and bacon and stuff, but I mean, that's not lunch.
That's a side, right?
And the tuna.
So I was like, I'm out of here. I'm going to go to my LCS, get my comics, go get some hot dogs. And I get to the LCS, and he looks at me. He's like, oh, yeah, no, we don't have anything.
Oh my God.
Like, for the third time in a month, there's like stuff hasn't come in on time. So bad that this week, the only thing that was there on Wednesday was actually Diamond. The problem is there's almost nothing shipping with Diamond anymore. So he goes, oh, Marvel's supposed to be here Thursday. Then DC, get ready for this, folks. DC that is ready on Tuesday, supposedly, wasn't even arriving in the stores until today.
What?
Yeah, except that this is Rob's rants, and that some fucked up shit. They arrived this afternoon, so my comics are supposed to be all ready for me tomorrow. Finally, to pick up Wednesday's frickin' books.
Damn.
It's absolutely insane.
You should get his number and be like, bro, just text me when you don't get my shit, so I don't fucking come down here.
It was on my way, but yeah, I mean, I could have called ahead.
Yeah,
but I didn't. That's
why
I just assumed it'd be. I was supposed to be something there, but it was on my way home anyway. So it's not like I went far out of the way.
It's a bummer.
But yeah, but that's it. But I mean, I got a killer mystery box. We'll see that later today, this week, and it's been we've been dropping releases about stuff for Comic Screen Cancer, as you guys have been seeing, and Heroes Con being just 2 weeks away. It's a freaking exciting times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
And my computer came, so there you go. shout out to FedEx, who delivered a $1,700 computer with signature required on my front porch and didn't knock on the door or anything, just left it there. Fuckers.
I think he needs to get fired.
Call ahead for you.
Yeah, it could.
All right,
no, that's crazy that they dropped that shit off like that. Damn.
I thank God I didn't pay that much. I didn't pay that much for the computer. I mean, it had massive discounts and sales going on, but
yeah.
I'm gonna show something real quick. James is in it. You might not recognize him. He's a lot less hairy. Let's get to it.
I'm scared. What? Whoa. Bro, somebody busting in my door right now, though.
What? What happened?
Yeah, we live right now, bro.
Dude, what?
Ross is gonna piss himself.
Yo, I can
What up?
Yo, what up? I'm so overstimulated. Oh my god.
What a show. This show is a banger.
Yo, I just texted him, literally.
I was intoxicated.
Yeah. Yep.
We have Robert in the building, Ross.
You're just watching it on the screen too. The gang is here, bro. The Low Grades is here in Phoenix, live and direct.
Freaking out, dude.
Live and direct.
Holy
Have a
shit.
seat. We got water in the fridge over there, and then some beer, and that's about it. That's about all we got.
Hey, Robert.
I'm like, this fucker didn't
Well,
give me his
put
hotel
your phone on. I know.
Oh, yeah,
my
that was a
bad,
mess.
My bad.
That organization was a mess, James. Remember that?
Barely.
Holy shit.
That I was clearly intoxicated. A bit.
I showed up to James's hotel. Didn't have his room number or nothing like that. Security wouldn't even let me in or up. We pulled it off though, so that was the good part.
Oh shit, we got Misfit.
you just press ring every room. Yeah. See who would let you in.
Yeah.
Shout out to the bro.
Yeah.
Yes, that was a classic rant. With Robert trying to fight the poor Walmart employee. That was But yeah, no, that was good times, man. That was good times. And then we found a donut spot that was on the way to the con. So got some donuts before the con the next morning. And
Was it a Winchell's?
I don't know what it was, honestly.
I didn't get one because I slept in.
Yeah. Were we all at the same hotel or
No.
no? Okay. Oh no, that's right.
No.
You were okay. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. No, that was good times. And then
I wasn't a manager at O'Reilly's at the time, so.
And then we found this really cool restaurant in downtown Phoenix that I always like to talk about whenever people are like, "Oh, that's where we're going." There was a restaurant that Ross took us to that has like this. It was like a weird, crazy ass bathroom. I can't even describe it. It was like you're on acid type bathroom.
Yeah.
Like the design, the colors, everything.
I'm surprised I didn't miss.
But there was an old elevator shaft that had been like, I don't know, plexiglass or whatever. They put a glass little top over it so you could stand on it and then just like view down this dark hole. And then there's a basement. There's this, and it's like a nice, like I'm not gonna say like fancy restaurant, but it is a nice
It's up there.
upscale restaurant, and then all of a sudden though, when you walk in, you can veer to the right, and there's this staircase, and you go downstairs into this basement where you walk down the stairs, and then eventually you hit this chain link fence, and there is a table full of coins, and there are probably 10, 20 dolls placed around this table. And it is the creepiest fucking thing. But it is so cool. And it is so unexpected in this fancy upscale restaurant to see some random shit like that. But yeah, Phoenix was cool. Hot as hell. But it was cool. But it was a good time. It was a good
It was hot. My balls were hot.
The balls was hot. All right, so let's see. My week, I already kind of discussed the in-home portion of it, but other than that, work was fine. I did start my assistant coaching of T-ball on for Grayson's team this week, so that was cool. And then both boys will be doing it by next week, which leads me to we'll just go ahead and handle this on air. There are going to be times when I will be late to the low grades, just because.
Did you have
just sometimes?
Sometimes. Like,
did you have coaching today though?
No. So I coach on Wednesdays, but starting next week, Damien's team will be playing on Friday, or they'll be practicing Fridays at 7:15. Now I won't make everyone, but I will attend every once in a while. But anyways, that's besides the point. But yeah, so boys are back in T-ball. Junior Giants, really, really cool. They get a bunch of like Giants stuff, which is awesome because we're Giants fans. So it definitely works for us. And then let's see. Oh, I saw Mission Impossible. I dropped a review on that, so make sure you check that out if you want to. Oh yeah, Rob, you saw that? Yes, I think you said yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
I gave it a solid 4.5 on the comic book scale.
It's a movie theater movie though. Like it was, I loved seeing it in IMAX, man. But yeah, I mean, plot wise, story wise, like it's just there, right?
Yeah, I understand. I understand. I think my biggest thing I said is, look, for me, it's a 4 or 5. If somebody else says it's a 7.75, I get it. If you're into the Mission Impossible franchise, then you're going to really dig some of the different. So picking up these different threads that they wove together across all these different things into this book. But if you're not super deep into that, I mean, it's fine. The movie's constructed in a way that you don't need to like have all that knowledge. They show you enough flashbacks to get it. But ultimately, at the end of the day, to me, it just felt like it was a really mediocre movie that was just a device. The story was barely a plot device to get Tom Cruise from one place to the next place to do the next stunt, and not a lot of anything else. Yeah, that's just how I felt personally. It didn't feel like a Mission Impossible. It just felt like completely suspend your disbelief because everything is fucking not even close to probable or even real. But I mean, we're not going to do any of the masks. No fucking.
I was going to say, yeah, the spy element is definitely gone from this one.
This could have been a generic fill in your action hero like The Rock or John Cena or anybody else saves the world as some federal agent or something, right? It could have been anybody thing. It didn't necessarily have to be a Mission Impossible movie.
Well, you got to have it be Tom Cruise, and you can get those awesome stunts. I will say, as I mentioned in my review, in IMAX, I'm sure in any theater, but like for sure in IMAX, the entire submarine scene is beautiful. And I did really enjoy that one.
That's the most improbable part of the entire movie.
Dude. Hey, no spoilers, James.
I know. I will keep it. Later, Tat.
It's later, man.
Oh, God. Yeah. I without doing any spoilers,
Yes,
hype
the
up-
most improbable thing
they,
there
they
is.
hype up an element that is needed for that mission.
As soon as it's inconvenient, man.
It's so good. Oh man. Yeah, that is yes, that is definitely suspend your belief is definitely the right term for that scene right there. But
There's no suspension of disbelief. That's just throw your belief out system out the window entirely.
Yo, we got Cisco in the house. What's up, man?
what up, dude? But yeah,
How long can you hold your breath?
So James, now that the Thunderbolts is over a month old,
uh-huh.
when you did your review on it, you kept saying something that this thing happens, and I wish I could talk about it,
Uh-huh.
but I can't right now. What was that thing? Because I watched it, and I'm just like James hyped up something pretty crazy, and I'm trying to figure that out.
Were you talking about the kid getting taken away?
Yeah, that didn't get you?
They say he saves the kid, and then all of a sudden the kid vanishes.
The shock in the theater from the spoiler alert, guys. But yeah, the shock in the theater of the kid getting
apparently
shot.
Nobody went to see it, so it's no big deal.
I know. But
good.
yeah, no, the scene of the kid getting shadowed absolutely garnered a reaction from the crowd. It was like oh shit. So yeah, no, that was I thought that scene was awesome. It was awesome. Now I don't know, maybe if you're just
jarring,
it doesn't get the same effect, or you're just kind of like, oh, that was cool. But I definitely it's things like that where I love the theaters, and it's things like that where the theater like amplifies it, right? Like it makes the moment bigger. As to where, dude, we went to Mission Impossible on I think it was like a Saturday. We went on Saturday at like 10 p.m., which I don't think is crazy because I feel like the movie should be busy still at 10 p.m. We're in an IMAX, like this giant IMAX room with probably hundreds of seats. There was 3 of us. We were 3 of 10 people in that room.
All dudes.
I've never seen an IMAX room empty, and I was like, this is fucking weird.
That's the problem. Theaters just aren't getting much traffic to begin with, not much of anything. But that's right. You're right. Things are bigger. They're more impressive on the screen. That's why you should go see Clerks 2 in the theater. See that donkey show in all its living color on the IMAX. Wait, what? Oh no, we're gonna go see Dogma this weekend in the theater. Now that Dogma's back out in the theater, I'm excited for that.
Nice. Coming out, James.
I'll watch it in the theaters when Chasing Amy comes out.
The studio saying it bombed. I think it's a bummer. I think it's a bummer that it did not make enough money.
It didn't sustain.
Yeah,
it had a good week 1, but it just didn't sustain.
Look, I enjoyed the movie. I think that there's so many factors that play into this, though. It's money, as in people's pockets and wallets, and us having to make decisions because we can't afford to go to the movies all the time. It's also summer, and that means that there are going to be a ton of movies coming out, and so sometimes decisions have to be made. Like, hey, when you're talking about people who are having to budget, you're thinking ahead to next month, and you're like, okay, shit, well, I gotta go see Superman in theaters. I gotta go see Fantastic Four in theaters. I gotta go see this. So maybe I need to miss Thunderbolts, and it's a bummer. And then the other part to that is I don't know what we call it, the Marvel fatigue, right? Like they have been not great recently.
I think that I was talking about this earlier. I said I think there's a whole thing of movies. Movies just haven't. It's not just Marvel and stuff, but for the most part, the number of movies that have gotten released since post-pandemic that haven't done well necessarily, they're not hitting their old marks. And I think the movie is what it is. The studios need to readjust to the reality of what movies are doing in the theaters themselves, and understand that more and more people are just expecting to watch it on streaming. They're not going. The theater experience for 2 people to go to the theater, it's $45 to $75, depending on where you're at and what the showing is. that it's not an inexpensive day out type thing anymore, that, you got to think about that, and they're going to have to readjust how they allocate their money on doing these things. And maybe that means a few of these actors and actresses, if they want to participate in this stuff, they're going to have to maybe only make $1 million or $2 for doing this instead of 20 million,
Aren't they union though? So that's
Something.
Yeah, union scale is much lower, my friend. But it's a question also if they want to. Some of this is, they get, the studios overpaying to get people because they think that names matter. But in reality, maybe when you kicked this off, it mattered that you had a name like, for Tony Stark and shit like that. But now it doesn't matter. And you've seen that. You've seen a lot of actors who weren't necessarily huge name actors, but they're trying to sign them to big package deals. But these guys all seem to think, oh, I'm signing a big package deal for Marvel or Disney now, and I'm going to do this stuff. And it's got to be the studios are going to have to adjust, and the actors are going to have to adjust the reality of what things are in the modern world now. So
yeah, and then to the point of like people waiting for home is like the time that it takes for a movie, especially a Marvel movie, to go from being released to theaters to being watched at home is a lot less now. So it comes out on Disney Plus pretty quickly, and that also makes people go, oh well, I don't have to wait too long. I'm not I'm not gonna miss out for 6 freaking months.
Yeah,
on this
it's not like the old, I remember it used to be, right, the theater would be in the theater for 8 to 12 weeks. As a matter of fact, a movie theater, to get a certain movies, they had to commit a certain number of theaters for a certain amount of weeks to a movie, and they would play it, and the movie would be out, like I said, 10 to 16 weeks. And then after that, it would go on hiatus for several months before it would be for rental only. And, then it would be almost a year or a year and a half before you could actually buy or have it, and now it's just like, okay,
2 months, right? I mean,
but
it's on Disney Plus in like 2
but
months.
But at the same time, now you have the thing that's different is the studios own the streaming services, a lot of these things, or they have a piece of it. And so in Disney's case, they go, okay, great, we'll put this out in the theater. If it's not doing great in the theater real quick, rather than have that buzz circulating that, oh my God, it's barely registering, nobody's going and seeing it shit, then great, pull it out and get it onto your streaming platform, that maybe it drives, more views on your platform, especially as more of these these streaming services go to ad supported services that people are having and stuff. So they're making their revenue that way from the stuff to back. So, the model of how they make movies and what makes a movie success is going to be ultimately different. And everybody's still learning what that is. It's just the model isn't make 2x what okay, the movie spent X, then we're going to spend double that for promoting it. And then we need to make double that in order to be a success. That model in the box office alone, that model is broken, and we need to rethink that.
Yeah. I don't know, but I still think it's a good movie, and definitely go watch it. And it's a bummer that it didn't make. It
was fun. It was fun.
Hold on, are you gonna watch it again?
I would watch it again before I watch some other Marvel movies for sure. For sure.
No.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I'd even go as far as to say, like, I'd probably watch that again before the Mission Impossible. Like, the Mission Impossible, the other thing is that motherfucker was 3 hours. And
yeah, I kept looking at my watch. When I'm at the movie theater watching a movie and I'm looking at my watch, not because my bladder's about to burst, but because I'm just fucking bored, you go like,
Yeah, I think I do. I used to feel like, to make the movie as long as it needs to be. But at the same time, it's like 3 hours is a long time. And you are sitting there. I am at that point now where, if it's a 3 hour movie, I sit there and I'm like,
your ass starts hurting.
Come on, it's got to be. We got to be 2 hours in, right? And then you're like, holy fuck.
Your internal movie chronometer goes. And it gets thrown off. And at the same time, it's thrown off because the previews and the commercials at the front end of the movie. You know, it might be the movie starts at 2:00, but it's 2:45 before the frickin' movie even starts nowadays, half the time.
Yeah.
It's like my popcorn is done and gone already, and the movie hasn't even started.
Yeah. This one, I don't know if it was because it was an IMAX or because it was a 3-hour movie that started at 10, but it was only 11 minutes of previews before that shit started. And I was like, damn, not the normal half hour. And then they were like, nope, this is a 3-hour movie. Let's get this shit started so we can get the fuck up out of here. So I feel it. I feel it. Oh, yeah. Rick wants to say, especially now, you know, it's hot and that swamp ass be chewing through your nalgas.
I don't know what you're talking about. Air conditioners are a thing at movie theaters. Matter of fact, that's why in the desert, oftentimes in the desert, people love going to movie theaters because it has air conditioning.
Yeah.
And in Europe, where they don't have air conditioning in their homes, they love going to movie theaters because it's air conditioned.
That's right.
And malls.
Yeah.
He still goes to the drive-in.
Well, there you go then.
There you go. Hell yeah. But yeah, other than that, I think that was my week, I guess. Now I'm here. More work. Got work tomorrow. But yeah, that's good. We good. We chilling. I'm happy. My room is nice and clean and organized, and you know, it makes me feel like I have so much more room for activities.
Do you still have your display cases in there?
I do.
You know how much more room you could have? Like, they're so unnecessary, dude. Like, so unnecessary.
I disagree. I fucking love them. I just got hit up by a friend yesterday. He was like, "Are you in need of a display case?" And I was like, No. I have got.
It's kind of like your thing.
You said no, and then you looked at it around your room and said, "Well."
I did say send me pictures, anyways, but no, I have. For those who don't know,
he got full frontal, and you're like, "Wait, no, not those pictures."
I have 3 display cases in this room currently, as pictures from my recent stories have shown. And then I have 4 larger ones in the garage currently that don't fit in this room that I had from a previous purchase and previous room setup that I don't know what I'm doing with those, but we'll see. But yeah, so I have 7 display cases. So if anyone in the Northern California area wants to buy some large, very heavy display cases, I mean, I'm not using them, so. But I do. I don't know. I really like them. I definitely understand that they are not for everybody. I love the look of having the comics in there displayed. I also love that I have, like, you know, in one of them I have like a couple like statues, like mini statues and figures in there. I think it's really cool to have like another place to put those. And then also, obviously, I definitely utilize the top portion to store more shit,
books, yeah,
put more books on there. So I mean, I love.
So you can't really see the display inside the display.
No,
but
I try to make it one of them. All right, I'll grant you one of them. This one right next to me is a little tougher to see, but the other 2, I try to do a good job of keeping them open so you can see. But I like them.
Wait, so who can see? Who goes in your room?
Me. I kick everybody else out, so I guess it's just me. Oh man, you could do karate in there. No, yeah, I do. I mean, ideally, I don't know. I mean, maybe one day I move one over. I think I would enjoy having like a chair off in the corner right here. Because I think for me, like, this is also where I play my video games at most of the time. And being in this chair, in this desk, is not like ideal for long periods of gaming for me. And I would feel way more comfortable, like in just a nice, comfortable chair. But, you know, that's future projects and ideas. But yeah.
Yes.
But other than that, that is my week. We can do pickups, and then we also have a ton of video game news that we could save for the end.
Cool. Love the bass on that.
Hell yeah.
I'll go first.
Nice ventriloquist.
All right, so I only have one pickup. I picked it up yesterday, and it's actually pretty cool. Um, it's called Namco. It's a video game, Namco Museum Arcade Pack, and
Okay.
this has, I think, 17 games or something like that. But it has like
They're all,
Pac-Man and
they're all the
Galaga.
games I played
Yeah,
growing up.
but now it's for the Switch.
Yeah, dude, get a Switch, and there you go.
Yeah, but the reason why I really needed this in my life is because this game has a Sega classic called um Splatterhouse. It's in the middle right there.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys have ever played that, but it's way before its time, and it's very gory, gruesome. You go around in a Jason mask with a cleaver, chopping people's heads off, like zombies' heads off. These zombies throw up, and you gotta jump over the throw puddle. Very cool game. Even cooler because it's an arcade version. Everyone I know, I didn't even know it was in the arcade. I've only played it ever on the Sega Genesis. So to have the arcade version, it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and there's other games on here too. It was like $20, so I was pretty happy about that. I love arcade. You know, when they do arcade bundles, because I mean that was like my first love before Nintendo and all that stuff. I used to love going to arcades. You know, just popping quarters in. But I'm still playing my Capcom Fighting Collection for the game of Project Justice. Killing it on that shit, dude. I mean, can't see me.
Okay. Nice.
That's all I got.
All right, I will go next because I also only have one. I am currently trying to set it up right now. So I got technically not a new pickup; it's just a new version of it. But I got my PSP here, playing Fast and Furious right now. I had a coworker. He wanted to practice modding them and putting all the old games and movies on there, so he did his, and I was like, oh, well, that's actually perfect timing because I had bought this one. It's got the upgraded screen and it had all the games on there and everything, and apparently the memory card like took a shit a few months ago and I lost all of that. So I was like, well, perfect. If that's what if you're learning how to do that, then I'll give you mine and you could do it for me. So here we have I just got my modded PSP back. So got my movies on there, got SNES, Game Boy, DS games, so like all the old Pokemon and stuff on there and everything. So pretty cool to have my baby back. And so that's really my only pickup is my getting my PSP back modded. So now I can
James really is low grades with his like 5 frames per minute.
How dare you?
Why are you lagging so much, man?
Am I?
No.
Your voice is fine, but your video freezes every fucking.
You know what it is because we're on 1080p right now. And
wow.
Oh man.
Yo, we got JD in the house of Raging Cajun Comics. What's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Thank you for joining us on our 200th episode.
That's right on time.
Battlefront on PSP was so fun. Yes, it was. Yeah, you see, I bust out the PSP, and all of a sudden, my computer was like, "Hey, bro, chill."
So, yeah, I had this week, like I said, I didn't have a lot of pickups from my normal stuff or whatever, and I've kind of chilled back on some of some of the mail stuff, but in anticipation of my big spree at Heroes in a couple weeks. But I did for Monday, I did have a comic book mystery box that I had opened that was a $175 mystery box is what I paid for it. And when I got it, right out of the bat, there was a letter inside that read it first, and it was from a gentleman. I don't know if you know, Exec Collects, Alex Winkink,
Yeah.
and he is like, he told me right out of the bat. He says, "Look, this box is rigged, and not because you're a YouTuber or anything else, but just because of all the shit that I do with comics curing cancer and whatnot." He wanted to say, you know, he just lost his sister to cancer a couple weeks prior, and it was a real emotional letter. And he basically said, "I want to do something extra," and I think secretly he knew that meant I was going to take some of this and give this to comics curing cancer, which I will. So I did is a banger of a box. Started off with The Amazing Mary Jane issue number 1, which I really liked this story because I really like Mary Jane.
Ooh.
There was the
Scandalous.
Walmart variant for Spider-Woman number 1. There was Gleason Webhead variant for issue 75 with the Amazing Spider-Man written in the spider webbing.
Oh shit! I didn't even notice that. Crazy.
That's pretty freaking dope.
Yeah,
I don't know that I've seen that one before.
I've seen that
this
cover
was like-
before. I didn't pay attention.
It was like, I think after the success of 55, I
Yeah.
think this was the first follow-up of the Webhead designs before then all of a sudden there was like a whole litany of Webheads after that. There was this Amazing Spider-Man issue 1, J. Scott Campbell, 1:50 ratio.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like more like a Mark Spears.
There was this Deadpool Wolverine number 1 color splash variant, limited to 300 copies, which is like when I was pricing it out, it's like this was like it's like a $50 to $60 book right there. This freaking blew me away because I'm really into sketch covers and and the Batman Rogues Gallery, and this is a way better Killer Croc than the sketch
Crocodile
cover.
Man.
Yeah, Killer Croc than the one that I have. So I'm super pumped with this. This is an Alan Robinson Killer Croc.
That's really good.
So,
Them traps are trapping. That is.
I dug that. There was the first appearance of the Shocker.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, hold on. Let me hold this right.
What's
There you go.
up?
First appearance of the Shocker. They're ASM 46. It's a nice mid-grade copy. Probably about a $75 to $100 book right there by itself.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I mean,
actually,
it's not the real Shocker, is it?
Well, it depends who you ask.
Isn't he an imposter or something? Never mind.
No, that
Moving on.
is. Then the big hit. There was one slab in the book, in the box, and it was
Wow.
first print. Ultimate
You're
Fallout
timing,
4.
James. What the fuck?
So
I
this
don't
book,
really like that one. I don't like that one.
when this came in the box, I said it and I announced it, and I'll reiterate it here. Because this is like a close to $300 book. The whole box was like around $600 value box.
Nice.
I said this is going to Comics Curing Cancer. So because I already have a copy back here on the wall. So this one here will be available in October during the Comics Curing Cancer auction, with all the proceeds going to the American Cancer Society. So
Well,
thank
I
you
would
so
just
much
I would
for
just
your
like to say I hope James wins that one.
well, or somebody wins it for him.
It is a 9.2. I will absolutely not be voting for that one, but please support Comics Curing Cancer.
Can you rig it for him?
I have a 9.0. I will tell you right now. I would have sold that to keep my 9.0 because that's just how I am, man. I can't do
Can you
it.
believe that, Rob?
Can't do it.
Yeah, so sometimes people have their issues, but
And people
anyway,
think
so
I'm
that's
joking.
it.
I
So
got. Go ahead. Sorry.
I say that's the pickups, man.
All right. No, Robert knows I sent in 2 first appearance of Lobos to get graded at CGC. One came back a 9.0, the other came back either a 9.2 or a 9.4. I sold that fucking 9.2 or 9.4, and I kept my 9.0.
Yeah, I was with Raging Cajun here. I thought it was the 9.4 that you were really
both.
anti.
They're both
It's
ugly as
both.
shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought 9.2 was okay, but 9.4 was no way.
he's
No.
severely autistic,
They
so
are both
numbers are
ugly as
just
hell.
weird.
I think the 9.4s are just way more common, so we talk about 9.4 a lot more often. But no, I will absolutely sell a 9.4 or 9.2 unless it's like, well, first, what up, E-Man? What it do?
E-Man, what's up, dude?
Unless it's like a book that I can't replace, for example. So I know. Oh man, I
So
got.
you'd survive with a GSX-1 and a 9.2.
Well, yeah, of course. I think the McFarlane Platinum, Spider-Man 1 Platinum. I think I got like a 9.2 on that. Well, okay,
Oh,
I'm
that's
not gonna.
nasty. That's dirty. I got a 9.8
I'm not
on
gonna
that.
get another one of those soon, so I'm just gonna fucking keep it. But
Why
I
not?
don't
There's
know.
only like
I don't know.
It's
800 million.
because
First of all, I'm
no,
a
no, no.
millennial.
I'll settle
millennial.
it for G-Man, dude. He when James sees a 9.2 or 9.4, he sees certain colors that nobody can see, and it just really throws him off. So you can't have them
Okay.
around him.
It's like there's a lot of people that can relate to, you're changing the volume on something and you can't stop at a certain number, you got to go in increments of 5 or something like that. Like that's how it is for me. I just cannot take that 9.2 or that 9.4. I can't stand the look of it. I just think it looks nasty, and I gotta purge it, man. I gotta
Very
get it out.
nasty.
So you would be very happy
Upgrade.
if they would just go 9.0, 9.5, and 10 and got rid of all this other shit.
I would be totally down with a 9.5. Oh, it's okay if this is a Spectrum thing. To my knowledge, I am not on said Spectrum. To my
Well,
knowledge, the key part.
He's not diagnosed. That's what he's trying to say.
It just, I don't know. I can admit that I do not hear a lot of other people back me up on it. So apparently I am. I am definitely in the minority on this opinion here, but I can't.
And thankfully you are, because when I put that up for auction at Comic Screen Cancer, I'd like to make a couple $100 for the American Cancer Society and not have everyone go like, fuck no, I wouldn't even pay $1 for that. Like, oh.
From one neurodivergent to another. And I just, and the selling thing for me is like, so if I have two of the same and one's the 9.0 and one's the 9.2, and to me it's a win-win, because number one, I sell the higher one and I make more money, and I get to keep the 9.0, which I like more. So I don't mind when that happens to me, but it is a bummer when I send a book in and I get that 9.4 or 9.2. Like, well, JD knows. JD now is the owner of my first appearance of Constantine, my Swamp Thing, because that shit came back a 9.4, and I was like, get that the fuck up out of here.
Rob, he's still a new collector, dude. That's
Get the hell out of here. Don't even.
I'll tell you, that's how I feel about an 8.5 sometimes.
Dude, you don't pick up books because it has this spine tick or it has this, rip. Like, we all have our reasons why we're gonna be picky about a certain book and why we are not gonna collect it. And so for me, I view.
Yeah, I just really don't like Aquaman, but I mean,
I view
how
that
do you
9.2 or 9.4 as like just a defect that I can't have.
What color do you see when you see a 9.9 though?
I don't see any fucking colors. Stop it.
I see green for all that money I can sell it for.
You're gonna have people who have never watched this before be like, dude, that low grade show, man. They
I
have
did
this
that
fucking autistic dude on there, and it's really cool of them to have to do that.
All I know is like I did that. Like I had sent in two of
just make a wish.
The Universal Monsters, Creatures of Black Lagoon. I'd gotten two of the Alex Ross cover.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I sent them in and got one was a 9.8 and one was a 9.9. And everybody thought I was weird when I said I'm giving the 9.9 to Comic Screen Cancer to set for the auction and keeping the 9.8. And it wasn't because I can't stand the 9.9. I would love to have the 9.9 in my collection, but it was a reality of the situation was I'm like, 9.8, 9.9 is freaking tomato at the end of the day. It's not, but if I could, but for the charity, if it's a difference between I can sell a book for $80 for charity versus I can sell the book for $200 or $300 for charity. Okay, I'm going to keep the 9.8. I mean, I can live with the 9.8. I guess I'll slum it.
E-Man, I do fucks with the 9.6. I will throw that out there. So a 9.0, a 9.6, and a 9.8. I am happy with either of those three grades. It is just the 9.2 and the 9.4.
9.6 is a big value book. That's that's where you save money.
Also, the 9.6 in regards to the 9.6 is you could thank Carnage for that one.
I don't. My Carnage is a 9.8. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I own that now, but you hate 2s and 4s. There are times when I like 2 and 4.
He likes the fact that he's got four kids. But...
Yeah. I just bought 6 Evil Optimus Prime toys, not boxed. They don't have all the accessories. I get to pose and play them, so I can't really talk mess about this 9.0.
You can't read a encapsulated 9.0, so it's a completely different story, E-Man. Come on.
He's trying to relate. I get it. But yeah, no, I don't know. It does something. It does something to me. But it really is only those grades, because like I have no problem with
E-Man's up here in Oakland underneath the shadow of what used to be the home of the Raiders and the A's, but
hell yeah. R.I.P. man. Fucking R.I.P. Samsonite. I was way off. All right. Well, let's go ahead and let me bring up another intro video thingy.
All in 1080p, y'all.
This is what the fuck? Oh no!
That's my boy right there, E-Man. Yo, what's up, buddy?
Wow.
Oh shit!
E-Man's gonna be staying with me actually at Heroes Con.
Wow, see that's the type of shit right there. He'd be staying on the fucking street.
That's right. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Lots of
side scroller action to report.
So this is the portion where you non-video game people can go ahead and check out and take a little break. I'm only going to go over a few two trailers here. I
With no
think
hesitation.
A lot more stuff did get announced, but I didn't get to all of it. I will say that we did have obviously the Switch 2 came out this week. I will say I've already said that I wasn't going to get it, right? I'm still sticking to that. I did not buy one. It is very expensive, number one. I don't have the money for it. If I had the money to throw around, I would get it. I'm not even going to front and deny that fact. I absolutely would have gotten one. But I don't have the money for it. So now because of that, I get to nitpick things such as, the screen is the non-OLED is definitely a factor because you can't help but feel like they're going to make one later. And that definitely is, got a lot of people feeling some type of way. Mm-hmm. Very nice, E-Man. Very nice. Yes, I have also been working on my game backlog as well. So hopefully you get to handle that, man. So the price also, the launch games, I think I complained about this already, but the lack of what I feel like are launch games that I personally would play makes me go that I don't really need it right now. And it's like, the price of games too. Again, we've talked about the price of these games going to $80, $90. I'm just gonna let's just say $100, right?
That's crazy.
I'm not gonna sit here and spend $100 on these games that I'm not really gonna play. Because again, I don't really play fighting games, so Street Fighter's not really there for me. Cyberpunk, I have a PC. If I was gonna play that game, I'd get that shit on my PC, not on the Switch. Mario Kart, cool. But I play Mario Kart with friends, none of whom are getting the Switch 2 right now. I'm not like a solo Mario Kart player, so that one's kind of for me right now. And I'm not gonna spend $80 to $90 on a fucking Switch 2 edition of Zelda games that I've already played and beat. Like that doesn't appeal to me. So for right now, I'm definitely skipping it. Yes, the non-OLED is definitely a huge hit, especially because the docking resolution is pretty impressive, and most people don't really play OLED TVs anyways. Well, I play my Switch handheld a lot, so I do like the OLED. But a lot of people have been sharing their screenshots of it and saying that it is a nice LCD screen, so shouldn't be that big of a deal. 900, yeah, the whole camera thing, I don't see myself using that either, I guess, for chatting, but we did totally fine just popping up a Discord chat and playing. Like, there was, it wasn't that big of a deal. So I don't need the camera either. But I will say, to give credit where it's due, as I keep doing this episode, but Nintendo releasing and making as many as they did to really keep the scalpers at bay. We have Sarah here. She says, "Hi, Dad." Hello, Sarah.
What's up, Sarah?
Okay. So very nice, man.
Okay, nobody cussed for a while.
Upgrades. So,
Rob, keep your shirt on.
where was I? Oh, so them making and releasing so many to really like keep the scalpers at bay. I'm not gonna lie, I love that. I love it. Now, I saw some people saying that like their areas were sold out, but dude, so I didn't work the day before the midnight release. I've been told that we, like many other places, had a freaking line around the building. Hundreds of people in line. I know I did work the next day, the actual day of release, and I worked from 3 to 7. When I came in, we still had them. When I left, we still had them. My understanding is we got like pallets, like hundreds of them. And I think that's amazing because, it allowed everybody to get them who wanted them. And I know when I was walking out at 7, there was a guy who came in and he saw like the table that we had set up displayed with all the games and stuff. And he was like, "Oh, that's cool." And he was asking the guy about it. He was like, "Oh, you guys still have them?" And they were like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, well, then I'll buy one." Like, the dude bought it just because we fucking had it still at 7 p.m. on release day. Like, and I didn't check if we had them still today, but probably. But like, and that was the story of a lot of people have been sharing screenshots of Target's fully stocked, Best Buy's fully stocked, Walmart's fully stocked. Like, it's been awesome to see that this thing was not limited release and it wasn't that hard to get. I think there's a lot of factors that go into it. Obviously, you have a lot of people complaining about the various things I just complained about as well. So that is a portion of it. But they definitely made sure to release enough of these to where it wasn't just scalpers buying the shit out of these things. So that's been pretty nice. I really do like that they did that. I heard the same thing, E-Man. I heard that the open world is not like really open world or some crap like that. It wasn't like how they described it, I guess.
They put them on a flat earth.
Rick, I think this is also a factor, right? Like, stores were like, they pumped up the initial release numbers to prepare for this. And so they made sure to get them all now, I'm guessing, right? So for those who don't know, 2K on a 27-inch screen looks much better and fluid than 4K on a 65. Also, consoles upscale, so it's not true 4K gaming. It's 1080p upscaled. We should have a the more you know little icon. The more you know. Hashtag PC Master Race. But yeah, so anyways.
I concur with those statements, by the
way. That is... No, yeah, I do mostly game on my 27-inch monitor right here. But yeah, so anyways, that's really what I have to say for the Switch 2. Now, in the future, if I start to hear more news about this OLED, if they start to release some really good games, then eventually I will end up getting it. But that's about it. I mean, even like Pokemon, obviously, something I'm very excited to get. That shit's going to come out on the regular Switch, so I don't need a Switch 2 to play it.
Yeah.
Arrow, first of all, what is up, my man? Nice to see you. He
Arrow,
said,
what's up, man?
Had a great organized midnight release. It's been 14 years since my last midnight release event. That is awesome. Shout out Best Buy. But no, that's cool that they had a nice organized. Oh, thank you very much. You just reminded me. that is great that they had an organized one, because I will say I didn't read the full article. I'm gonna go ahead and just say that right now. But my understanding is that there is maybe you guys have already heard this story, but there was a GameStop in New York that took all the receipts for the midnight releases and stapled the receipts to the boxes, and everybody there is complaining because they have 2 little holes in their fucking screen because the staple went through and nicked the screen on their Switches, and that is freaking insane. That oh man, oh, that's so bad. There is a rumor about people trying to hack the system and voltages bricking the system. Oh, well, see, that's just people fucking. Why y'all fucking around, Rick? Broke monitors. Yep. Yeah, that is crazy. I'd be so mad, dude. That would be so mad. And that person most likely got fired also because you just fucked up how many Switches for that fucking for that thing? Oh my god. But anyways, yeah. I guess that is all. I also wanted to say I've never been to a midnight release for a console. That is something I think I would maybe be interested in doing one day. But I've definitely done many games, but never for a
midnight release for games.
I've done it for the game. I used to go to every Call of Duty one back in the day. Like I'm talking the COD 4, Modern Warfare, the peak era of Call of Duty. GTA 5. You know, I used to definitely go to midnight.
I've only been to one, and that was for Gears of War, and I was like, get the fuck out of my way. Give me my game. Get the fuck out of my way.
No, for sure.
I think,
to be fair,
I think in my young days that we went to like a movie maybe for the midnight drop release of like, you know, Phantom Menace or something. But I mean,
well, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, to be fair, we're talking like I'm in high school or I'm right out of high. Like I ain't got shit else to do but go to this
for a video game.
But go to this midnight release. Yeah, the GameStop over here was fucking up too, my friend. Damn, fucking GameStop, man. What the hell? By the way,
I think I once went to a music release party at midnight, but that was because I was working for the radio station and I got paid to be there.
Nice. Yeah, I took Damien to Pokemon Scarlet Violet, and he really enjoyed that. That was cool to have that moment with him. I went to an early release for the drop of Death Stranding, and Hideo Kojima was there to sign. Oh shit, that's cool. I've never had anybody famous show up. That's for damn sure. I went to every Halo and Gears of War midnight release. Yeah, that was the era. I don't even think midnight releases are the same anymore. Like it was just different back then, man. It was fun. It was fun as hell to go to those.
The last couple ones I went to, there's just yeah. I wasn't a fan.
I do think Scarlet Violet was my last one, but I could be wrong. But I think Scarlet Violet was the last time that that was only like 2 years ago.
Yeah, you only took one of your sons at that time.
Okay, dude, the other kids were way too damn young. I am not taking a 2-year-old to a fucking midnight release. That is not happening. But anyways, okay, so let's do 2 movie trailers. 2 video game trailers. Both of which I regret going for such a shit. Rick, facts, man. I didn't like it either. But anyways, let's see. Okay, so this first one I haven't watched yet. I didn't know that they were making this, so I thought this was pretty cool. I'm gonna watch the trailer and then figure out if it's something I want to get or not. But this is a fucking 007 video game, 007 First Light, and we'll see if this is
His parents cut their own rope to save him. He watched them fall, then found his way off that mountain. He was 11 years old.
He then started a grand tour of every major boarding school in Britain.
Always at the top of his class.
Always at odds with authority, same thing in the Navy.
His superiors all praise his instincts.
And they're all in need of early retirement. Nobody knows what to do with him, Mom.
No, and I suspect he feels the same way. But what he did in Iceland...
What he did in Iceland was insubordination. It was ill-disciplined, utterly reckless. He only survived thanks to blind luck. Give me one good reason to put him in the program, Mom.
I think you just covered them all, Greenway. It's really quite simple. Bond is a bullet without a target. Let's give him one.
Do you have an appointment?
The name's Bond.
James Bond. He's with me.
And you are? Don't think we've had the pleasure.
Now let's not get ahead of ourselves, James.
So you shouldn't have.
We're facing a situation of the utmost delicacy. I need all my pieces on the board.
009 is a master manipulator. Whatever the endgame is, we won't see it coming.
Jet lag. Gets me every time.
She's not your friend, Bond. She's an asset.
With respect, man. To hell with that.
Tell me, what do you do, James?
Lately, headhunting.
This is awful.
Whole new movie.
Okay. Sometime.
I suppose this is another teachable moment.
Oh, well, shit,
Did
we
they
got
put? Did they put this together in 1992?
out. Oh, but dude, you get a gold gun if you pre-order right now.
I mean, the graphics on it are not up to par with contemporary
Yeah.
capabilities. I mean, it's
Golden.
literally looks like 2004 graphics.
Yeah, this looks less like Bond and more of Uncharted. That is for sure. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it almost looks like they said, "Oh, we got the Grand Theft Auto 4 and we've reskinned it, and this is what you're getting."
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to pass on this game. There's too many
Definitely.
accents.
definitely gonna pass on that one. Okay, and then the other one, the big one, I think it was the biggest game that I saw
Yeah.
that was released
They look dated. Yeah,
was
they look archaic.
Marvel Token Fighting Souls, a Marvel fighting game.
自由のために戦う。さあ、お手並み拝見といこう。
はい
君のことは親友だと思っているが、やるしかないようだな。ビブラニウムのシールドだけでは
ありがとう。
私のアーマーには勝てないぞ。
Sushi.
本気でやるぞ。つらい。耐えてみせろ。
任せてちょうだい。パンチ。私の名前の通り、マーベラス。
Oh my god.
親愛なるスパイダーマンだ。スパイリーセンス。今日もお見事大勝利。
Fucking Street Fighter reskin.
俺とやり合うってか。調子が出てきたぜ。俺様の名はスターロード。胸に刻んでおきだ。覚悟しやがれ。シュートベルト。締めたさない。イーストロスリーのスペシャルメニューお見舞いするぜ。いやベイビー。
Yeah, let's go!
援護する。風よ、荒れ狂え。たとえ人々に嫌われていても、私は世界を守る。さあ、耐えられるかしら。
せい にこれが私のとっておきだ。こっちだよ。全てをやっ尽くすよ。
抱かれなさいせや。
またなベイベー。我々のチームワークは絶対に破れない。
マーベルウォーコンファイティングソウルズ。
That was pretty dope. I don't play
Now, there are some segments of that were really cool, pulling out the sidearm on Doctor Doom, some Doom bots. But at the end of the day, that was a Street Fighter reskin so hard that Ms. Marvel was basically Chun-Li. You had freaking and a little bit of Dalsum in there. Then you had Spider-Man was a straight Guile. You have, I mean, it's just like it's like the moveset stuff. It's like, oh god, even like the animation on the movesets. It's like, I guess it's like I understand there's only so much you can do with a fighter game, but at the end of the day, I'm like, has it not evolved in that long that it looks exactly like what it is? You know, it's obviously a bit of a Street Fighter 2 mixed with a little bit of Street Fighter Capcom,
yeah.
Or Capcom, versus Street Fighter, whatever, just in there. And I only saw like a handful. Well, Ms. Marvel was a combination, had some Dalsum moves, and then had some Chun-Li move too. But ultimately, I mean, it's like it was. I don't know. It just didn't. It's like, okay, I could play this for 2 minutes. What was there, like 10 characters? For the 4 versus 4, they only had I only saw like 10 characters that they showed
always
off.
release more though eventually.
No, for sure. Yeah, I again, I'm not really into fighters. I don't play them enough to like justify it. But
if the game was $15-$20, maybe. But otherwise, I'm basically hoping that if I was that, I'd be just hoping that I go to your house and you have it so we can play it once or twice, and I can and then I can say, okay, cool, moved on.
Right. Yeah.
I'm on board. I love it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you are into fighting games and shit, so yeah.
Well, I mean, it just reminds me of Marvel versus Capcom, anyways. So I hope that they don't release it in the language, whatever the language that was.
Japanese.
Yeah. Please release it in English, please.
That was just the first link that came up when I typed it in. So, and I thought that I don't know. But anyways, yeah, that was again. I don't know if there was other video games that got announced. That was what I had saw so far. I know that there is something that I'm definitely missing because I have it in my head now, but I don't remember. So it is what it is. I got next week, I guess, to talk about it or the following. With that said, yeah, there you go.
There you go. Thank you.
Fighting
I might as well hang out with your dad. At least I can hang out with somebody my age.
There's a Deadpool VR game with Neil Patrick Harris. What? Playing what? That's crazy. That would actually be cool though. Like I always see clips of I don't know the game, but it's like a VR game where the dude is just like shooting and stabbing, beating the shit out of people, and he's like shoving pipes up their bungholes and just doing all types of crazy ass shit. So if they had like a really fun out there Deadpool game like that, that would be a hit. I don't have a VR though, but yeah, my VR would be used for other purposes, not gaming. Just throwing that out there.
Like porn.
Hey. But okay, so yeah, I don't remember what else I had for video game stuff. So the last thing is it's Deadpool Day. Hey, it is Pride Month. You can't talk like that, okay? All right. The last thing is movie stuff. So let me go ahead and do that one real quick. We have one trailer, and then we'll
stuff your movie.
Also, I checked our chat before the show. I did not know that The Predator, I guess, came out today already on Hulu. That Predator Killer of Killers. So I'll have to check that out because I did not know that was releasing already.
Did you click the wrong one? Because you clicked
played
I thought you
video
were-
games again. Yeah,
Did I? Oh,
yeah, he
shit.
did.
I
That's why I
just I
said
wanted
video
you guys
games.
to know that we were done with video games, so I did a.
Okay.
Now we're
yeah,
gonna do
no.
the new one. That was totally intentional. So movies, guys. We Predator, Killer of Killers on Hulu. And then one movie trailer. I loved this first one, so the trailer is out. I waited until today to watch it, but Black Phone 2 horror movie with Ethan Hawke. If you did not watch the first one, I do highly recommend it. I thought it was a great movie. So, trailer for the second one.
I had a bad dream.
Hello, Finney. Did you think our story was over? You're dead. You, of all people, know that dead is just a word. He's here. Vengeance is mine.
Well, the first one was so good. I hope the second one delivers.
That looks very different, and I fucking love it. First of all, they had me at Alice in Chains Rooster.
No, I do not like that bad.
I also I really like Ethan Hawke. Earlier, Rick and Cisco were having a conversation about actors like just doing movies that they really want to do, and Ethan Hawke is one of those. I heard him say that many times in interviews that if he likes script, he does it, and that dude is. I mean, for me, like some of my favorite modern horror is gonna be him. Like Sinister, outstanding. Black Phone, loved it. Now this second one, it looks very different. It's more like supernatural, I guess is the word, because the first one was, I mean, a little bit of that, but I don't know. You got to watch it, but it was definitely more like grounded, I would say, if I'm explaining that right. But damn, yeah, Ethan Hawke is dope, and I do love that trailer. That looked fucking good, and I love Alice in Chains Rooster, so that too. But man,
So I'll say I agree with you on Ethan Hawke. First, I loved him, for example. One of my favorite movies of his is Gattaca, which is just
the sci-fi. Oh my god,
yeah.
It's not cloning. It's
Well, it has to deal with DNA and people.
Yes.
The people trying to almost eugenics, essentially creating perfect people and whatever else. And
Uma Thurman, right? Too. She was
exactly.
Hell yeah. Love that.
Phenomenal. Yeah, phenomenal movie. But I think was it Jude Law or also in there?
Yeah, Jude Law was the guy that like hired.
Yeah.
Like
he's borrowing his taking his DNAs of it. Anyways, But this one, my biggest problem with it really, because I've never seen the first one, but
What?
is I'm not a horror film genre guy. I'm a creature feature guy, but not a horror film guy. I'm supposed to believe that anybody your guys' age, James, knows what the hell a fucking payphone is, let alone one so archaic and old that it has multiple coin slots like that. That's like a fucking 1960s payphone they had to dig up to get that up on there. And where was the line feeding that phone or any of the rest of the shit? I mean, fucking phones with actual bells in them to ring.
I think you gotta watch the first one to understand it.
You've seen it, right, Robert?
Yeah, I loved it.
The phone is the supernatural element that I'm talking about.
And I hate all the movies.
Like that. That's it's. The phone just works on its own. It is the
Well,
supernatural.
even
element.
so, how would a kid that's that young seen a phone like that look at it and go, "Oh, I should answer this."
Current modern time. It does take place like back in the day, because he's just the Ethan Hawke plays a character called the Grabber, and he's just like, it is your typical dude in a white van kidnapping people story. And then it kind of evolves from there with the phone and the supernatural element.
So this takes place in a historical. It's not in modern times.
Yeah.
It's a historical piece where where a payphone would at least be in people's understanding of what the fuck it is.
Yeah, they would know what it
not
is.
That I don't know about you, but none of my friends ever just answered random payphones that were ringing on the street corner.
No.
So I mean,
I can say
we did that a lot. Not gonna lie. So Ethan Hawke plays a Grabber, and then the phone actually plays a character called the Portal. So
late 70s, early 80s. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I'm digging it. I'm digging.
Do yourself a favor, Rob. Watch it, man.
That is definitely.
No, I'll pass. It's not my cup of tea.
You won't be disappointed. It's a movie unlike any other movie.
I feel like if Robert is promoting a movie, that's a good sign. He doesn't do that very often.
So I can appreciate that you enjoy it, and for those people in that genre, it's just not a genre that I'm into.
Yeah,
I'm like the Chef Ramsay of movies.
Oh my god!
There you go, phenomenal. All right, well, fair enough.
Let's get out of here, you idiot sandwich.
God damn, nearly over 2.5 hours, and it's just the three of us.
Yeah.
We had a lot to talk about, we had exciting weeks. We had, some reminiscing to do. And we also had
James not having himself taken care of yet.
Yeah.
And I bet you next week it'll still remain the same.
Oh, for sure. Oh, well, I guarantee we'll be here a few months from now.
His scrotum will be so intact next week.
Maybe I just have an accident with the lawnmower 4.0 and it just happens on its own.
Wow,
James, do you get a scar?
What a Raiders rant that would be.
I know, right? James,
I was fucking puking my pubes.
Do you get a scar with the incision, or does it go away?
Why are you asking me questions like I've had one and I know?
No, I'm just saying, like sometimes if people get like breast implants, they'll have that scar underneath. Like, do they? Would you?
I know zero about this surgery, to be honest.
You know what? Let's look it up right now. No.
I know that when a dog gets it, the dog's balls get removed and it shrivels up. I don't know if that.
Oh, dude, get your balls removed, bro. You don't need them, right? Dude, you just need the.
Do they serve any other purpose?
You just need the dick part, and you're good.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to assume that it's minor incisions. They're not sitting there splitting it and splaying it open, for God's sakes. So.
Oh my God.
I'm so glad that you guys can, after having to listen to his son for 2 hours talk about these things, that he can drop it back in your face and go like, "Yeah, do this." This is his comeback.
Why wouldn't
you want his comeback? Go ask your mom to rinse her mouth out.
Oh, you guys are ridiculous.
We should have ended this shit 5 minutes ago.
No, hey, it's good to see you squirm, man. We don't get enough of it.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Nothing's what's worse than thinking about your parents,
Let's not.
Yeah.
thinking about
they're-
your grandparents.
Is your dad fixed?
Are you still looking it up? Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Apparently, he that was his implications. Yeah. That,
Oh, nice.
well, I mean,
All
look,
right.
if you had James, would you want to risk having more?
No.
Yeah. See, so
But he's being safe when he raw dogs. So no baby James is out there.
Right.
You still gotta get checked though.
Are you looking it up or not?
No.
Or you gave up on
What?
he doesn't want to build up his search algorithm on that.
Yes, he does.
Incognito window won't even help.
Dude, the shit he looks up, yes, it wouldn't be that drastic of a change.
How about next week we count your sperms?
Oh my god.
You down?
All right, guys. Well, thank you all
Like,
for coming out to look.
guess how many candies in the jar type shit.
James,
I mean,
where can people find you?
You cannot find me getting a vasectomy. You can find me at the Comic Raider on Instagram and
And the clinic down
YouTube.
the street.
And YouTube. I did drop a Mission Impossible video, so check that out.
Guys, check it out. It's not doing too well.
Honestly, I didn't even look at the numbers on that one, but I will say it is better than my Thunderbolts one. That much I will say. My Thunderbolts one, I was quite rusty, and this one was more well put together. I don't know how to say that right, but
we're talking about views here. What are the views like though?
oh, I don't know. I mean, I only got a couple of bangers out there, but for the most part, that's not the case,
Okay.
We can't all be Rob's Fat Stacks, but we can all hope to get there.
Also, if it would have went viral at any point, we would have heard by now.
I would have known, yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, my WonderCon one went really well. That was great.
I never made one.
It was great. I do remember watching that. I'm a subscriber to Rob's Fat Stacks YouTube channel. I don't know if you knew that, James.
No, I
Not
didn't.
only is he a subscriber, but he's a channel member.
He's a member. I know what he was trying to say. Yes. Let's see. The Mission Impossible is currently at 25 views. So, thank you all.
When was it released?
5 days ago. That's right.
Five a day, baby.
Doing big things out here. Big things.
Every day's a success, James.
That's right. Apparently, my Thunderbolts has 32. So
You know how you get to 1,000 views, James?
How?
One view at a time.
Oh yeah, there we go. Well,
All right,
I can say that my Lion King statue is at 3.7. So that's my one banger video.
Is that a short?
No.
Oh,
No.
nice.
12
Imagine
minutes
if you
of
would have done the Lego one.
I mean, it's almost like people love statue content. I just can't afford to make that type of content on a regular basis.
Father's Day's coming up, so
There you go.
Oh man, yeah.
All right. Well, hey,
where can people find you, Rob?
Yeah.
I'm on YouTube at robs.fatstacks, dropping videos Monday, Thursdays, and then the live stream on Saturday. My Thursday video this week, we did Only My Slabs episode 4, as we continue to take a little 12 book dive into my slab collection each Thursday. That video which dropped yesterday, James, not doing too well. It's sitting right now at 265 views. Pretty slow.
Oh, terrible.
It's actually a little bit slow for the one day action, but that's okay.
You should just give up YouTube.
Yeah, I'll just quit.
They are on par with your other videos. So to Bub's point of who would want to see that.
No, well, only my slabs. Episode 3 has 485 views. Episode 2 has 846 views. So Bubs is smoking crack and thinking that people don't want to watch it, apparently. And the watch time on it isn't just for like 30 seconds. The average watch time is over 50%. So there you go. Anywho,
Shout out our crack baby
Bubs.
That's right. But more importantly than watching me play with my slabs, Saturday do my live show Like the way I do these segues? This is what fucking being a professional is all about, boys. Pay attention. Only slabs. I have my guest this week, the freaky one, Freaky Louie, the most criminally undersubbed YouTuber in the comic verse. You'll want to come by and check out. This man has a pure, genuine passion for each and every one of his comic books. He is a man-child extraordinaire, does great work as a cosplayer for charity events and stuff. Absolutely great individual and a good friend of mine. Happy to get Freaky Louie on the program this Saturday, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. And of course, we'll be diving into the greatest weekly giveaway box on YouTube during Only Slabs. Thanks, Robert.
No problem, man. All right, let's close this out. You can find me at Comics on the Edge on everything out there. Thanks to the chat for showing up. Obviously, it's a great time. And thank you for the panel. I mean, Rob, thanks for showing up. Sabrina, we wish we could have had you here, but I know shit happens, and you know, we wish the best for you guys.
I do believe that it isn't Air Pirates Radio this Saturday.
Yeah, so check them out tomorrow. It's going to be at 7:15 ish at Air Pirates Radio on YouTube. If you have trouble finding it, check our description. Just like you can find any of our friends that show up here.
You making a surprise appearance tomorrow?
I'm busy, dude. You know, it's sorry. You got it though, right?
No, I will be at my nephew's birthday party after work, so no.
Oh, okay. Well,
and then it's Damien's birthday on Sunday, so we'll be doing John's Incredible Pizza on Sunday. So I got a packed weekend this weekend.
Sheesh. All right. Wow, Mr. Popular here.
You know. What can I say?
That's why you have 4 kids. That way you can be popular with somebody.
Yeah. So right when the confidence starts to dip, it's time to have it.
That's right. Swap out to different kid. You swap out for a different kid. All right. You hate me. All right. Which kid needs something?
Who wants to be my favorite?
who wants ice cream with dad?
And also, thank you to everybody who's checked out at least one of our 200 episodes, whether it was live or the rewind. I mean, even today we've had a whole mess of people show up from our past. Kind of creepy, but you know, it's always a good time. But yeah, check us out next week. James might be late, as you said, but we'll deal with that. Also,
I'll be here for you.
Thank you. You always are, man. I do appreciate it.
Except when you don't send the link.
Or possibly Heroes Con.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Heroes Con Saturday weekend. I probably won't be here, but you know. then again, you know what? I say things.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be here with E-Man.
Impromptu live stream.
Nice.
Well, let's see. For you guys, 7 p.m. Well, it would be like 10 p.m. back there, so the evening would be kind of wrapping up. So
nice.
Well, you know we'll be here, so.
Not conning with you. Maybe next year.
And I'll have a new wall next week. It won't be the Hellboy edition in all of its glory.
It's going to be the all Ewoks.
That would be another empty one.
Smurfs?
No.
Care Bears?
No.
God.
I
Are
got
you even a comic book collector?
I got a Street Sharks book.
Street Sharks?
Yeah. That was already on the wall, actually. So
the Street Shirts?
Yeah.
Watch out, they're going streaking.
All right. All right, guys. Catch us next week. Until then, low grades for life. 200.